Hey everyone! I played the intro, but I forgot to hit go live, so I don't think you guys even seen it. Oh, well, I'm good like that. I think I got this one to actually. Oh, I think I got this one to actually show just for members only. So I don't know. We'll see. It says members only, but I think it said that last time too. So I don't know. But hey everyone! So far I see 2 names in chat. It doesn't show me how many people are here though watching. That's weird. Hey Claire. Hey Grace. Hi. I made it, but staying awake is another issue. I hear you. Hey, Nat. I hear you. I do. Yeah, 20 after 10 here, just about. I don't know if you guys heard or whatever, but I was on Claire Bear's channel today. She was doing a Reddit reading of "Am I the Asshole?" and it was a lot of fun. Like, I want to put a link to it in the description or in the chat. If you guys did not watch it yet, I suggest you check it out because it was pretty funny. I had a good time. Okay. So here we go. Here's the link to Claire's live stream today with me on it. There we go. All right, let me just make this a little smaller. I don't know why it's the page is so big. All right. Let's see. Hey, Sassy Nas. Hey, Allie R. So, yeah, it's still not showing me how many people are in here, though. I guess maybe it only does it when it's like public or something. I don't know. But in a minute or so, I'll start the video. Actually, I should probably get it up there now. So I have it all done. I know I made one mistake in it, but it kind of works with the mistake, and I don't feel like editing it again. So, and I already uploaded it to YouTube. So if I do something with it, then I'm probably gonna have to re-upload it. I don't know. I don't like using YouTube Editor, man. This shit's confusing. And I especially don't like using it like on a live stream or whatever, because if you do like the smallest little thing to your live stream, then you lose the live chat replay. It won't come back. It's bullshit. Did I figure it out, Sue? Yay! Hey, Sue. You guys here, I'm going to put a link to Sue's channel too, because I've been really enjoying her kangaroo videos. She lives in Australia. And did you know that they have kangaroos like the United States has deer? Like they're everywhere. That is so cool. I don't know why. I just never thought about it before. It dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, that has to be awesome. They're like everywhere. Like you could just be walking down the street and there goes a kangaroo right in front of you. Hopefully it keeps going, though. It doesn't stay to try and fist fight you. Yeah, hey, Daddy Morgan. All right, so about maybe one more minute, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. And after that, I'm going to open it up to everyone. And I had an idea for something to do for a little bit. I know, like we usually play video or whatever, but instead, because I was reminded of something today of like, there's a couple of pages or websites. There's the Wayback Machine, which everyone knows, I think, the archive.org. And there's also archive.is. And I wanted to just show people, like, if they take a screenshot of anything of Katie's or whatever, they can preserve it for, like, ever. So I just want to show people how to do that. And while we're there, we can pull up some shit from her older accounts that are no longer active, or at least not active under her control. Do the kangaroos T-bone your car, though? I don't know. They might punch the cars, because like they look like they like to box. I don't think they T-bone them, though. No, I don't. Well, I mean, I'm sure that they cause damage though if you hit one, because they're pretty big in like the ass end, right? They can grayscale. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. So this is a Katie translator video, consisting of a few recent like live streams and a video. I think two Instagram lives and a YouTube stream, I believe. So that's it. There are a couple of clips I've seen in a couple of videos lately. So I'm like, I haven't done a Katie one in a little while. So let's do another Katie one. But after this, there's another creator I want to do, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh, okay, so let me start that up. Okay, share audio. Okay. You should be able to hear it. Well, in like 10 seconds when it starts.
They can get his phone records and see like where his phone was pinging from. The Department of Homeland Security is like, the way they do this is so sophisticated. Get the physical laptop, and then they have to like go into the laptop and do a full forensic sweep to figure out but it's more than likely Josh was using the dark web. He was in an internet chat room and he was talking to someone, and that's how he got a hold of this information.
Well, I mean, I'm just guessing. It's not like I ever go on the dark web or anything. It's just, this is just what I've heard.
Yeah, they spend years investigating these crimes, and they make sure that they have enough evidence to know exactly who the person was.
Ironically, too, doing it this method actually gives them a higher conviction rate as opposed to what they usually do and just spin the wheel and see wherever it lands.
If he's charged with 2 counts, does that mean it's only 2 pieces? No.
Well, gee, I don't know. You tell me they're genius. Can you send more than one picture at a time?
I was watching NBC, and they were saying that the average person that gets charged has over 6,000 downloads.
6,000? That ain't nothing. You should see my screenshot collection.
And they told me that generally by the time they get a search warrant for you to raid you, they've probably already been investigating you for a year. And that was crazy to me. I was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah.
Well, then why do you need to raid in a scavenger hunt when you already know what's there?
The indictment is so specific. It's like the images were only there from May 14th through May 19th or something like that. And I kept thinking, knowing Josh, he was probably purging information, knowing it's illegal.
Yeah, because only an idiot keeps evidence on their computer. Unless a court order tells you to.
They look at it, get rid of it. It goes on a hard drive. They get rid of the hard drive.
Yeah, if they know what they're doing anyways.
There was a woman in North Carolina that was arrested in April of 2019 for child abuse images and videos. And she was literally just sentenced last week. So that was 2 years. And Todd Chrisley he was arrested in August of 2019, and he still hasn't gone to trial because they've done so many delays.
And if anyone watching just happens to assume that he was also arrested for the same crime, well, even better.
He's generally going to have an antisocial personality, I believe. And Josh is like a sociopath. There's literally no cure for sociopaths. They're like a danger to society.
Granted, much like Dr. Phil, I'm not a doctor either.
No, rehab's not going to work for him.
Dude, I already diagnosed him. What part of my diagnosis don't you trust?
I wish there was. I mean, could you imagine being in that body and not having any remorse, any idea, anything?
Very funny.
I'm not going to speculate on if he would commit suicide. That's a weird question.
Yeah, because with everything else I just said about the man, that question is what's too far. I can't answer that. I'm only allowed one mental health speculation a day, and I reached it 5 speculations ago.
I'm 1 in 100 people in America is a sociopath. They are not all terrible people. Okay, but he's a dangerous sociopath. So stop making it about you, okay?
Why are you bitches always trying to steal my thunder?
I love how when I say something, people are always like, but not all sociopaths are terrible. Who was I talking about? I was talking about Josh. He can't be reformed.
Okay, sure. I said sociopaths can't be reformed and that there's no cure or treatment for sociopaths, plural. But clearly, I was only talking about Josh. And what's with this attitude? How about you just go fuck?
I can say what I want because literally everything I'm saying on here is my opinion. I love how people say that like I'm saying things as fact. I'm literally just talking to you.
Yeah, I just said in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't matter where in the stream I say this, so long as it's said.
I don't have to say my opinion every single time. It's assumed that what I'm talking about is.
Yeah, like it's not my fault Tati didn't assume.
People are so ridiculous. I'm not being rude to anyone. I'm just talking.
You think this is rude? Wait till I start trying to fight people through StreamYard.
I don't even know who I saw that question from. I didn't say anybody's name.
Oh, but I'll be sure to put the next asshole on blast.
Those are questions people are thinking about. You can think certain questions, but I think it's bizarre when you put those on paper. You know what I mean? Like I always think of it this way: just because you have a question doesn't mean it needs to be asked. Just because you have a morbid thought doesn't mean it needs to be said.
Well, I mean, there are some circumstances where I think it's allowed, like when you're suggesting someone killed their mother for the inheritance.
I don't know. I think it's weird when people start asking about like who he's abusing and how he's abusing people and who the victims are.
Yeah, this shit is like so weird, which is exactly why I read the In Touch article on my live stream. Oh, and I also had a viewer go to the Texas courthouse to obtain records stating just that.
And so they stop thinking about the kids as actual like little tiny humans that actually have life and that are like affected by all of this.
So people are so upset about this because they no longer see the kids as humans. Sometimes I just can't with this shit.
We just want to, I mean, the best that you can hope is that the kids are safe, right? That would be a more appropriate question. Like, or saying something like, well, I hope the children are safe, or I hope the kids are okay.
Yeah, that's me. Like, I'm the queen of social etiquette.
He is not safe around children.
Because it's his safety around kids we need to be concerned about.
I was able to access from the media. I don't know if just like regular public can be there, but most of the people that were at his arraignment were media.
Yeah, but not just anyone can just say that they're media.
There's not a video of the arraignment. It's actually illegal to record arraignments.
But screenshots are not recordings.
Immediately, because it came from Reddit, I was then somehow accused of stealing a meme and taking credit for it. So by me calling it a parody isn't me saying that this guy created it. It's literally saying it's a parody. It's obviously not a real book. It's a joke.
That right there should tell you, I know I didn't make the meme. I mean, I'm explaining the meme. Who the hell explains the meme?
Went to Reddit this morning and saw Reddit oddly talking about a video I made, even though they falsely accuse me all the time of making shit up and stealing from them. And yet they're using my story that I said of Josh Duggar telling people that a shady ex-con is the one who downloaded this material. And they're making memes out of that without giving me credit. But what bothers me is then when Reddit comes into my comments and gets nasty and accuses me of stealing things. I'm not stealing anything. I didn't make it. I never said I made it. Why are you guys so pressed? When I actually give you credit, you get mad at me and you say that I'm doxing you. Or if I share your usernames, you get angry and you say, you're doxing my username. Get my username off of your Instagram. So it's like, I can't win. And then as soon as I found out, I literally updated the description and I said it came from Reddit.
Reddit, it's almost like no matter what you do, I will never leave you alone.
Is you coming into my comments and harassing people, telling people I'm stealing things, telling people that I did this intentionally. It clearly was not intentional. It's a meme.
And before you even say it, I don't even go to protests, let alone protest too much.
I burned those bridges? No, I've never burned bridges because they never liked me to begin with.
Yeah, I didn't burn those bridges. They burn those bridges. When I take down a bridge, it ain't burned. That shit's blown up with napalm.
This is the same Reddit that consistently spreads vicious rumors that I'm a child abuser. So I'm like, you guys have no problem slandering me to try to discredit me in that Reddit by calling me a child abuser, calling me a thief, calling me all these names. But I'm not trying to have drama on my Instagram. I just wanted to share the damn meme. I thought it was funny.
And if this sounds familiar, it's because I blamed all this same shit on the Facebook group. Well, they're not around anymore, so now I have to settle for the subreddit.
There are meme makers, and there are ways for you to watermark your memes.
Because not using the watermarks means you secretly wanted me to steal it.
So if you want credit for something, make sure that you put your name on it. Otherwise, I have no way of knowing, to be honest. And I don't have time to research where every single meme comes from. And I obviously didn't say that I created it.
Why doesn't Reddit just learn to watermark their memes already? I mean, haven't they had enough meme wars with Instagram?
I was actually kicked booted right after they started talking. People kept getting dropped from it.
And that doesn't mean that they know who I am or I was doing anything wrong. Just everyone was being dropped, right?
I haven't even had a chance to think about what I was listening to because I took 12 pages of notes.
Just don't tell the court. It can be our little secret.
I was listening so intently.
Intently?
I was trying to pay attention. Trying to listen. The Department of Homeland Security. So, okay. Hard to sit through testimony of seasoned Homeland Security investigators and talk about what they were looking at when they found what they found. I was disassociating. I don't know if you can do that. I was trying to very much disassociated.
Yet these are the stories that I enjoy covering the most. Leaf blower. We don't even have leaves.
Amy Duggar came.
Oh,
well, if Amy wasn't considering an RO beforehand.
Okay, sorry. Someone gave me a call to let me know all the details.
Yeah, see, someone is my source, not Amy.
To the extent of he's sending an email and then he's over here on one side of the partition and then 2 minutes later he's on this side of the partition.
Because that's exactly how partitions work, just like cubicles.
They were even talking about how complex of how technologically savvy you have to be in order to even understand how to do some of the things that he was doing. They were your average user would have no idea how to do half of the stuff that he was doing, which tells the court, and she said that, she was which tells the court the lengths that you will take in order to conceal and cover up your crimes. He was specifically trying to withhold information from his wife.
So everyone who ever hit an app or a text is not your average user. Wait, not your average user. We've all pretty much hit apps or downloaded apps to hide apps or pictures or text, right? I mean.
Oh, someone said, wait, there's a GoFundMe for Anna. She doesn't. I feel the last thing you want to do for Anna is do a GoFundMe. This is not the public's responsibility to help Anna. Anna needs to figure this out by herself. Anna needs to stop relying on everyone else. Anna needs to take steps for Anna. It shouldn't be about the public bailing her out of this. This is not the public's responsibility, in my opinion, to pay for her.
If I couldn't do a GoFundMe to take some people to court for talking shit about me on the internet, then she shouldn't get one. The only thing that happened to her is she lost everything and she has no means to support herself. She doesn't need one. Okay, now it's time for member shout-outs. I'd like to thank
Sally Godfrey, Tiny Dancer, GGT, Tennessee Bell Mom, Faith Adams, Christ Conflict, Karen Collins, Paolo Dupree, Canceled Sadfish, Lola W, Game Times 3, Crescendo, Tina Coley, Captain T, Susan Elliott, Rena Rue, Sunny D, Sassy Nas, Sensibly Morbid, Jessica, American Dream 2.5, Grace Case, Tifa, Busy Bee, Haiti Joyless, Jamie Schaefer, Nat, Bear, D. Connor, Just Britain Company, Bo Roundtree, Kathy Ann, Danny Marie, Keeping Up with KP, Betty Boop Wolf, allegedly Sue M, D. Marie, Claire Esper, Diane McCall, MB, Sam Shaw, Jamie Couchard, Jovi's mom, Holly Anna from Kalamazoo, Annette Carlson, Lola Pepper, Allie R, Illusion, Sally Georgia Peach, Police Wife Life, Angel Cake, Nana Hawk, JCM, Kimberly Roddy Mom, Y'all Look What the Cat Dragged In, Nancy P, Stina Marie J, Dottie Morgan, Atticus Finch, Absent 12, Plays and Rain, Sherry Landscaping, Trisha Biggs, Crystal, Sky Vision, Karma Kid 101, Sleepy Superhero, Shazzy, Camilla, Leah, Jeanette Stevens, Little Red Gel, Gentry Art, Changing Cupcake, Pink Flamingo, Jen Gerard, Poodlerific, Tina Colry, and Yoo-Hoo Shoo Shoo.
Thank you very much for subscribing, and thank you everyone for watching. Yay, I remember to unmute myself. Woo. Yep, so there it is. Yeah, I made a mistake there when it says so I guess anyone who's ever hidden an app before is not your average user, and then the next clip, because that was my original clip and then I did it over again. But I didn't realize that I left it in there until like everything was all done. I'm like, well, it kind of works. I mean, it doesn't not work with it in there, you know, so screw it. I'm just going to leave it. So, but yeah, it's it. Oh, too, I wanted to mention too, that part where she says how the judge was saying, you know, this is because you went through all these steps to conceal your crime or whatever. It shows, you know, like just how far you're willing to go to hide shit from people or hide your crimes or hide shit from your wife. Dude, what criminal doesn't try to hide their crime? I mean, I don't think that the judge really said it or said it like that anyways, or at least not the way Katie's taking it. And he really, just by the things that Katie listed, just by that alone, he didn't really go through all that much to conceal anything because he got caught, right? So I find it surprising that a federal judge who works with Homeland Security on the reg or something is going to have that impression of Josh. I'm just saying. Her spirit animal has to be Hippocrite. That's funny. I had cookies for my hubby. Dude, that's how I learned how like about incognito and what cookies were and everything. Oh God. All right. I want to just post this real quick. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I want studio. So I'm gonna just publish that real quick. And does anyone know how I make the stream public? Do I just go into studio and just change it to public? Like that's it? Or do I have to start a new stream or? Because like I can start a new stream if we want to keep this public, but I mean, I don't think much was really said in the chat. I mean, because I think that one of the main reasons for like a members only chat and stream is so people can maybe feel a little more free to talk about shit or whatever. And when that's the case, I don't plan on making those streams public. They'll stay unlisted or members only or whatever the case may be. So now you can change midstream. Okay. But for this stream, I'm going to change midstream because I don't think there's a need to, just keep it exclusive. So, but in the future though, when like we have more people and we're talking about more shit or whatever, I will do that. I will absolutely keep it exclusive. Not that I encourage shit talking, but just in case. I don't know. I feel like it's a good, like, I don't know. If I were a member, I would like knowing that, I think. What am I doing? See, freaking hate this on Chrome. I hate Chrome. Okay, first I want to publish that. Okay. All right, let's see. Does it work? Hey, I guess it worked. All right. Wonder if I have to. Oh, now it's showing me how many people are watching. Yeah, they must only keep count of the watchers when the stream is public. They must not do it when it's anything less than public. So, Okay. So, like I was saying, I thought actually I want to share this one more time too. I'm sharing the link again to Claire Bear's stream from today, where we were going over Am I the Asshole? Yes, I am live now, Frank. Hi. I did members only for a few minutes, but yeah, I'm live now. And there's a new video too up on the channel. Like I hit like public, or I hit publish on the video and then hit like public on the stream, like right after one right after another. So, but so yeah, like I was saying, oh shoot, damn it, I'm gonna owe the Glare an apology. I went public I went live this around the same time he is. Damn it, I hate it when I do that. So like I was saying, I thought tonight, instead of doing a video, because I was reminded today of like the Wayback Machine and archive.is, and I don't know how many of you are familiar that Katie used to have a couple of other Twitter accounts, and a lot of their content is stored or archived on these websites. So so I don't know. I thought we could just check it out, like especially like her original Without a Crystal Ball official page or whatever, or Twitter, and then she had the Katie Joy one. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I have no idea what, I mean, I've seen like the links and everything, so I know like a shitload of it is archived. I didn't really go through much of it though. I think I went through like 3 pages, whatever. But I'll wait a couple minutes because I just shared this too on Twitter just now. So I don't know. Maybe no one will show up. I don't know. But how is everyone's week going? I hope good. Oh, hey, Nikki. KJ's an effing lunatic. Aaron, did you see anything about tonight? What do you mean? Why? What happened tonight? What did I miss? I was working, finishing up my video. She hit an all-time low. What'd she do? Yeah, Just Brit is home. Just Brit is home. Yay, she's feeling better. You learned about it watching DeFranco back in the day? Jeff Holiday taught me about it. Because there was a story on the owner of Stop Mandatory Vaccination. And it was a GoFundMe campaign, but he changed some of the info in it. And I'm like, oh shit, he changed it. I don't know how to get it. And he's like, well, we'll try the Wayback Machine. And he did it right there. I was like, oh no. And he pulled up the original. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Yeah, oh shit, what does she do now? I tell you what, where did she do this? Christy, we just I had it members only for like 15, 20 minutes, about 20 minutes, I'd say. And I just now made it public. So you didn't miss anything. You're not late. Thank you for becoming a member, The Dark Magician. Why does she have to go into such detail? Oh, so it's probably not something I'm going to want to play in here. Hey, D. Connor. She went, oh shit. So she went on Instagram. Then they're probably not there anymore. She's been deleting them for a while now. And I don't think I'm signed in on Instagram on this browser. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to be signed in mine. That's right. Oh, shit. Ugh. Hey, apparently I don't remember my password. You know where. Fuck it. I don't know. I can't get an Instagram. I don't freaking know. No, it didn't work. I'll try again in a minute. I want to go back to the chat here quick. Thank you, D. Connor. Did you see that, Claire? She left our stream, or your stream, rather. Wasn't my stream. MissusCare. Oh, she uploaded it to YouTube already? All right, cool. Thank you. Damn, she's good. I honestly, I don't know what I do without her some days because I can't catch all of these Instagram lives before they're deleted. Oh shoot, I should give her a shout out too in my latest video because it was one of hers that I used in the beginning. I forgot. Fix that in a second. Actually, I better fix that now because I'll forget, and I don't want to forget because that kind of makes me an asshole. I hate my computer. It's so slow. So, all right, I'm pulling up her channel right now. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Check the chat real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I posted the link. So, oh, you did? Oh, thank you, Just Brett. I'm a dumbass. Hey, Shazzy. Happy Friday. Oh, well, it's actually still Thursday for me, but close. Real close. Yes, MissusCare is the hero without a cape. Oh, it's okay. After a bad month on vacation, I vitrified my PIN number to my debit card. Yeah. She said anyone who believed in the Holy Ghost was part of a cult. She said BDSM was okay as long as everybody had applicable safe words. She said you could have as much sex as you want as long as you didn't finish that. She then gave play-by-plays of the video. Oh, God. I don't think I want to watch that. I don't think I want to hear that. I mean, I don't mind hearing it, just the end play-by-play shit. Even with a trigger warning, I mean, you have to figure that it's going to upset a lot of people what you're giving a play-by-play on. Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? What? Oh, God, I don't get it. She also told Instagram comment who suggested she use a trigger warning that she should be fucking trigger. Oh, my God. Talked about the dark web, much incorrect as always. Why does she enjoy fucking talking about this shit so much? I don't get it. I mean, and like that, what she said the other day too, how so many people who are assaulted or whatever go on to become assaulters or abusers or whatever themselves, and that she talked with her therapist about after her essay how she was worried that she would turn into one. I mean, I think most people know by now that whole like pattern cycle that she was referring to, it almost always stems to victims of child, SA, and that's not often, but more often, I guess, than not, they can grow up to be, perpetrators themselves. I don't know of any case really though where a woman, adult, SA victim then turned around and started doing the same thing because that had turned her into a perpetrator. It's just weird. Why would I don't see how after that you could even for a split second worry that you were capable of that. I don't get it. I don't know. It could just be me. Yeah, she's been crazy rude. Yeah, which this is her cycle though. This is what she does. She's gonna, it's gonna get like, it's gonna get more. I guess I don't know, abusive, loud, chaotic. Over the next few days, and then she's just gonna like shut down and do whatever. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to change that. Yeah, it was members only for like 20 minutes, but then I just went and made it public. I should change the title. All right, I'm gonna play some of it. I'm gonna play it, but when she starts going into the play-by-play shit, I'm not playing that. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. So it's the one that MissusCare put up a half hour ago, right? Because there's one from 8 hours ago too. I'm gonna guess it's this one. Why did that happen? I shouldn't have done that. All right. Share screen. And it is. Oh, trigger warning. All right, yeah, it's got to be this one. All right, turn the audio on. Yoo-hoo. How big can I make this? Can't really see the chat though. Just maybe play it at the same time on my tablet and enlarge it. No, that won't work. Maybe, no. I don't know. All right, I'm going to check the chat one more time and then start it. Oh, Heather, honey, I'm just glad to have you here. I'm thrilled that you're here. If you watch any of my shit that I put up, I'm thrilled. Don't even worry. Seriously, don't even worry about it. And I just did like a 20-minute members only stream. I played the video, the new video for everyone, and then I published it on the page or on the channel, and then I turned to everyone to public stream. So I'm just glad you're here. Seriously. She's lacking vitamin D, in my opinion. Yeah, it could be. Oh, and she trashed Emily D. Baker, but I was kicked out before that began. Why'd you get kicked out, Frank? Huh? Imagine me using that double-sided dong like a lightsaber. I don't know what you're talking about, Kimberly Roddy Mom, but I like your style. Oh, I'm sorry, Heather. And I'm sorry, Mama Bear. All right, this is the second of the two videos. So, okay. So this is the one that's on the screen though. That's the one I want to play right now because I seen the other one. Well, I think it was the other one. It's from today anyways. It looks like. Yeah, Beth, you might not have gotten a notification because it was members only first the stream, but now it's public. So maybe, I don't know. They might affect it. What's this quote, the dark magician, that Nikki's talking about? You should tell EKC your quote from last night about that. About what? About the lacking vitamin D, maybe. Oh, I'm getting cold now. Of course, I'll be hot again in 2 minutes. Right, Poorific. It is, but it isn't a myth. It's true in the sense that pretty much every adult perpetrator experienced that themselves as a child, but not every child who experiences that grows up to be a perpetrator. So, I mean, to a degree, it is true. The statistics or whatever, to what degree, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. So, well, I'm guessing the Jack Magician doesn't want to tell me the quote. A little self-release would definitely do the girl some good. Ugh. Gross. Gross. Ugh. Okay. Just so you know, you and your humor and laugh have made me happy during a really hard time. Thank you, Erin. We never know who we touch. Oh, thank you, D. Connor. I'm so thrilled I was able to do that. I'm so happy. Thank you. And I hope your hard time gets much easier. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start playing. That's right. I'm not even on camera right now, am I? I forgot. All right. So like I was saying, though, when it gets to the part where she starts giving a play-by-play of what it is that's come back downloaded, I am going to skip over that or stop playing whatever.
And then I'm a massive introvert.
Oh my God, that
Super
shit
big
again.
Introvert. So I'm also the friend that wants you to invite me to everything, but I'm also gonna tell you no. And then I'm gonna get mad that you stop inviting me. So then I'm gonna tell you that you have to invite me. I'm gonna always say no. You might have to make me come out with you. And I'm horrible at following up with you. I will forget your birthday. I will 100% forget your birthday. I will forget that it's Mother's Day. I will forget it's Father's Day. I will forget it's the holidays. Like, I am the opposite of the wife that remembers that kind of stuff. I will not remember your birthday. I will not ever remember your birthday.
Wait a second. The Dark Magician says, I blame Todd. If he were blowing her back out properly, she would be too tired to be so mean and so stupid. You might be right there. Seriously. If not too tired, she might be too happy to be so much of a bitch. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and say, just sometimes, just a bitch needs a good D. I don't want to say that. But, if the D fits. The diabetes is strong with this one. She will forget your birthday unless you're a Duggar, of course, because she's got all their info in lockdown. Oh, God.
For your birthday. But wouldn't you rather me admit that? Like, why can't I come, but I don't want to go? That's me. Exactly. All right. I only remember like a couple people's birthdays. But my husband and I always joke because he's like the girl. In like he's like the one that, because like gender roles, they always say that women are more conscientious about dates, or they pay more attention. We always joke because I'm not like that at all, which is why I think gender like roles like that are so stupid, because I don't remember birthdays, and but I'll remember every detail about your life, but I will not remember your birthday. I'll remember you telling me a story about your family 4 years ago, but I will not remember your birthday. And I might forget your name. I will for sure forget your name sometimes.
Why do I have a feeling that she's not just talking about people in general? She's still like talking about her husband.
You forgot your 23rd anniversary last week. I will say I didn't forget that Mother's Day was coming up, and I totally spent some money this week on myself just because I've had a stressful week. I'm the friend that when seeing a paper calendar flips to December to write my birthday in it. I will literally ask you what your name is, and then I'll forget it, and I'll be like 5 minutes later, what's your name again? Like, so bad with names. And it gets harder the more I'm like in the public. Okay. So anyways, Josh Duggar is a depraved maniac, and he is looking at torture stuff online.
Okay, before I go ahead and skip over that, for those who have seen this already, is this the section where she goes into like the whole play-by-play of what it was he had downloaded? I just want to. Here, you know what? I'm gonna pull it up on my tablet quick and just skim through it so I can know where to stop it. There's no closed captioning yet, is there? Nope. No.
Did I get the sandals? I did. Except I bought two.
Okay, that's not the section. Just go ahead of 4 minutes here.
Pairs of sandals. I bought a pair of dressed sandals because I literally had none. My dog Frida chewed every pair of my shoes. Last summer, I didn't wear sandals all summer. I literally was so lazy. I just wore my Adidas sneakers. I have like 5 pairs of shoes. I'm not a shoes person. So then what happens is I will have no shoes, and then I have to buy 4 pairs because I don't have any shoes. I didn't buy a single pair of shoes this whole season. These were the first pairs of shoes I think I've bought in over a year. Maybe longer.
Well, Kimberly Roddy Mom, I'm glad that that's the reason why you couldn't find your undies, at least in the public bathroom when you were drunk. Because I started reading that, I'm like, oh, this could be good. For those listening and who can't see the chat or something, she just didn't wear any that night. Bo Roundtree says, not to defend Josh, but he may have been downloading stuff he was not necessarily interested in for himself, but stuff that was in demand for trade on the dark web. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. That his history, though, would, kind of support the other theory. However, in my opinion, regardless of the reason for it, I get what you're saying, just maybe distributing it for other people with, such an affliction may not be quite as bad as you yourself wanting it for your own affliction. However, I don't see much of a difference between the two. I don't know. Did you hear that KJ is now an SA survivor? I know about her SA from like 13 or 14 years ago. By SA, do you mean childhood like experience? Because yes, that would be the first that anyone's heard of it, I think. But I mean, it's probably only a matter of time till, she said it. I don't know. I agree, Aaron O'Kelly. I think it did too. Yeah, the suppression, and I think he was exposed to that kind of behavior too. In one way, shape, or form, whether it directly or it, indirectly, like he witnessed it, or I don't know. But yeah, she spent money on herself because she is making money on a case that is so disturbing and disgusting. She should take the money she makes and donate it to these kids and that are the victims. I mean, she is putting work in and everything. So I have no issue with her getting paid for her work. But when you are going like above and beyond to get that pay, and it doesn't matter what story you're covering, what issues, and including especially issues like this, then yeah, then that's gross. And I think you should accept the fact that you're going to have a reputation of being a piece of shit human, or maybe donate part of what it is you earn so you can maybe just lessen you being viewed as a piece of shit human. I don't know. I'm talking about the torture stuff and more condemning KJ for her. Okay. And more condemning KJ for her assumptions about everything. Yes, no doubt. And see, that's the thing. And I find that this is a little difficult too, because I myself have issues with the way in which she is covering this. However, I think that if anyone were to start like breaking apart her coverage and nitpicking it, it's going to be very difficult to not come across as though you are defending Josh or the Duggars, and that therein lies the problem. So I almost think that Katie actually found a story she can cover like without reproach, almost for the time being. However, the good side to that is she always goes too far and always screws it up. So I noticed her video count is getting lower with each video. I wonder if this will all backfire because it's overkill with her at this point and people are sick of the same story. Yeah, exactly. It will. And you'll see that happen. Yeah. All these like new fans or whatever, or new subscribers and this new attention and everything that she's gained and is garnered recently, much of that over the next few months is going to see in her what all of us have seen in her. And it's just, I mean, her channel may grow and may grow and may grow, but in its wake, it's going to leave a larger and larger and larger pool of us, I guess you could say. I know that's right. I'd rather defend the diaper demon than Josh Duggar. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Like when I was doing the new translator video, I wanted to take clips of these videos, but none of these clips like really had to do with the case, or it had to do with how idiotic she sounded, I mean, I was careful about what I chose just because I knew how thin of a line that there must be, there is. It's not going to take much to look like channels like myself or other channels are like jumping on the bandwagon or becoming as opportunistic and using this as a reason or as a means to tear her down. So not to mention she's already showing her true colors to the newbies. Right, Carly? Yep, with how she was snapping at people. Oh, and I guess she does in this one too. So I'm going to go back to this video. Thank you, 11D11. Translator video 100.
The last pair of shoes I bought were a pair of boots, probably a year and a half ago. Yep. That I've worn like 5 times. These are Birkenstocks. These are Birkenstocks, I think. Just Birkenstocks. Yeah. Badges, they're just a way to like support my chats. I don't know. People can buy them and it's just your way of like saying, hey, Katie, thanks. You're cool.
Where'd it go? Kimberly Roddy says, we as women should lift each other up, but with my back, that shit ain't happening today. And I agree, we should lift each other up. But when you come with so much freaking heavy baggage like Katie does, that shit's just not happening. Oh, thank you, Sherry Landscaping. You loved last night's translators video. Awesome. I don't know if you've seen it, but I uploaded another one just a little while ago too. So this is a Katie one from today. Lisa says KJ was booted from the Zoom yesterday during the court proceeding. They kicked her out. Yeah, she said that. She said in her video too that they kicked her out. Or she says that she was dropped or whatever a few times. She's like, oh, but everyone was being kicked out or dropped, or I forget how she phrased it. And it's like, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and I had put a tweet up, a video of her saying that she couldn't really talk or whatever during the stream because she's busy listening and taking notes. I don't know if everyone here watched Emily D. Baker, but she had covered this, and the agreement in order to be able to stream these specific proceedings is that you not take any steps to memorialize the proceedings. And that includes taking notes, whether the notes be verbatim or the notes just be, just quick notes, like you're in college or something. I don't know, whatever. You're not supposed to do that. You agreed to not do that in order to watch the proceedings. So yeah, she violated that agreement. Nope, she was kicked. Awesome. I mean, this as soon as I heard her say that, I mean, whether she was kicked or not, she's not going to admit that she was. She's just going to say, "Oh no, I wasn't kicked." That's why they kicked her out. How did they know that she was taking notes so at the time? I mean, maybe she revealed it to, if she was streaming it or whatever, streaming at the time, maybe she revealed it. I don't know, but I didn't see it. Hey, Crescendo. Oh my God, it's 4 a.m. there. So you are in what, like the UK time zone? Yeah. You're welcome, Tifa. This shit is so fascinating. Thank you for doing this. She was commenting in her chat while on the call. And okay, all right. Someone rang and reported her. I saw on Twitter. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yes, you are in the UK. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I used to order some stuff from a couple websites. One of them in particular was on the Isle of Man. So, and if you wanted your order to go out like before the weekend, you had to do it before like 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. my time, because like they closed at 3 p.m. Pain in the ass. Oh, really? 11D11. Reddit peeps have a link to report her. A ton of people already have. Oh my God, I want to grab that link. Here, I'm going to go back to the video while it's playing. I'm going to grab that link.
Do you guys listen to me when I talk? Remember when I...
Oh, real quick. Where was the link? You said Reddit peeps. Was it on like Twitter or was it on Reddit? I imagine it was on Reddit, but I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, Dottie Morgan. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do. Wish I had $1 for every time she touches her hair. Yep. So, wait a minute. Okay. Thank you. You don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, you said yep. I said Twitter and Reddit. So is that me both? Reddit and Twitter. Okay, cool. Thank you, Frank.
When I told, like, sometimes I wonder if people do you guys see my videos on YouTube? Because sometimes I feel like people ask the same questions over and over and over again. And like when you're a mom and your kid asks the same question over and over and over again, and you're like, I answered that like 13 times. Do you think, I honestly just am asking you guys, do you just want to ask the question because you don't want to look it up or you don't want to look back? Or do you just want to ask the question? Because it drives me bonkers when people ask me the same questions over and over and over again. Like I've literally I've answered the question about was Anna in court 37,000 times. So I wonder, do people just not pay attention, or do they not watch the video that I made last night where I literally said that I didn't know who was in court? I just wonder, like, they ask the same question over and over and again. I'm like, I literally talked about that yesterday. It would just be not that hard to like I Google all the time, and then people get mad at me because I'm like, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. It is your friend.
Someone asked, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, I see. I should check that out too. Someone asked, I don't know who said it, said they asked, what is an EKC people or something? I think it said EKC are my initials, and just people suck because people suck. Like we all suck. Everyone sucks. All people sucks, not just other people. And what is going on here? What the hell? You don't want me to be in your recommended? Okay. Oh, you're the one who asked what is an EKC person. Well, there, I answered you. And yeah, I'm not going to block you. I mean, my mods or whatever may mute you out or whatever for this stream. That's cool. But I just don't block anyone. I mean, who knows? I could hold information here on my channel someday that you want to access. And then you'll be upset that I blocked you. So I'm not going to block you. Oh, yep. I got that all set up, ready to go too. Because just in case. I was actually prepared tonight, I feel like. Oh, no. Here, I'm going to go back to playing it. My bad.
Well, Google is your friend. It's not hard to find out if Anna was in court. Nobody knows. She didn't have her name on there. Like I told you guys a million times. I don't know. Like I've said it so many times. I've answered the questions on Instagram. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Like asking me questions about his hearing and if that happens and if this happens, like, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you. I'm not his lawyer. And even if I was a lawyer, I couldn't tell you. I'd only be speculating. It doesn't matter if chat goes so fast. Some people literally type the same question in over and over and over again. I'm coming off harsh to my fans. No, I'm not. Why? Because I said some people ask the same questions over and over and over again. Are you a mom? Do you ever get annoyed when people ask the same questions? I'm just being like, people think that when I'm assertive or I'm just literally talking, that's being harsh. I don't know. I'm not the kind of woman that like adds flowery language to things. I don't call you like I might call you sweetie or love, but I'm not going to be like, I don't know. I'm just straight to the point. I'm a mom. Kelly Cleric, she hates me. Kelly Cleric's here just to be mean to me, I think. It is an extremely traumatic question. Like, it's honestly like very triggering to have people literally ask me so many questions over and over and over again and have people talk about the children and whether or not the children have been sexually abused when I've literally asked people a million times to not put those comments in my chat and to not speculate on whether or not the children are victims. And it's like, tone is important, but this is my tone. Like, this is how I talk. I don't know how to like change that. And this is again another fake account telling me how to police my channel. Okay. So where's Michelle? Oh, you're laughing because that was funny. Okay, you don't hate me. Kelly doesn't hate me. Kelly was just being snarky. Kelly and I are friends again. All right, sounds good. Um, it's not really that hard to go back and look things up. It isn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know, and it is really weird to me that people think that it's okay to sit there and go over and over and over again, speculating really disturbing things. It's really bizarre to me. Like, I understand that this is a very triggering topic, but I find it deeply disturbing the lengths people go to try to talk and assign abuse to people when we don't even know. It bothers me as a sexual assault of survivor. I would never want someone to like speculate on whether or not I'm a sexual assault victim and assign that to my child. And because we don't.
So someone just shared with me a link to an article by The Sun. It's from yesterday, so I'm guessing that, like, you know, a lot of people have read it by now. But from what I watched from her streams or her videos, I haven't heard her mention any of the things that I'm seeing, and I'm reading here. Go away, Christ. There we go. But has anyone here, let me share this quick. Okay, so the title is Josh Duggar's wife Anna is in denial and at war with in-laws Jim, Bob, and Michelle after husband's SA arrest. We'll just say whatever. So it says Anna is in denial and at war with her in-laws after her husband's shock arrest. A source has exclusively told The Sun. I'm guessing Katie doesn't have the same source as The Sun. I don't know. The 32-year-old who is expecting the couple's 7th child is said to be standing by her husband and has cut herself off from most of the family after he was busted in Arkansas last month. Let me check the chat and see if this is like old news or something. I don't know. I know. Did her cat come back yet? That link is on my channel. Oh, not the reporting site. Oh, what link? So is what I'm reading, is this like old news? I mean, I think Toddy's dad might be in the mafia. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna skim through it anyways because I'm kind of curious what it says. Yes, I saw that she blames the Biden administration for a conspiracy. Oh, really? Oh, I know it's a rag. I know, but I mean, really, we all watch like YouTube channels, right? And aren't they kind of like the rag of media? I guess. I mean, anything I report, I guess I would classify myself as that. Yes, her cat is back. Oh, thank you, Supermom. I'm so happy. Thank you for becoming a member, Melinda. That's a cool spelling. All right, I'm going to skim through this quick. I'm curious. Okay. An insider told The Sun Anna is in denial. Jim Bob is telling people she is defending Josh and no longer speaking to most of the family. Well, if she was defending him, why would she have to like cut off most of the family? Unless, does that mean most of the family does not defend Josh? Jim Bob says she blames him and wife Michelle for Josh's arrest. For Josh's arrest or for Josh's afflictions or whatever. Anna feels it all stems from how they dealt with his previous scandal after he hurt his sisters. They added, she also thinks that this case is a conspiracy theory against her husband set up by the Biden administration. Oh my God. She believes that if Donald Trump was still in power, this would not be happening and refuses to believe he's done anything wrong. But if you're blaming the in-laws for not handling the past issues properly, then you know that there is a history of this behavior. Why would you then not believe this behavior if it's part of a pattern? Whatever. The son has reached out to the Duggar family rep, who declined to comment. A judge said he will be released from prison. Okay. The court views these charges as very serious. It's a concern to have an agent testify that the file downloaded is some of the worst, whatever. The victims of your crime, if you committed it, concern the courts. Okay. Although it was reported to, okay, that's the old thing. So that's it. Okay. Despite numerous scandals, Anna has always stood by him and even accompanied Josh to the police station when he handed himself in, a source previously told the Sun. He has now been charged. Okay. If convicted, or whatever. She said at an earlier hearing, the court would likely require. Okay, yeah, that was the judge. She. Okay. So that's okay. Well, there's not a whole lot there. Although the Biden administration thing that's pretty interesting. That's quite interesting. Oh God. Yeah, she's something. Brainwashed. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, it is brainwashing. I don't doubt that at all. Really. I think maybe I can understand how it's so effective with her because, I mean, I would think in order to deprogram someone, you would need to like remind them of the good things in life or whatever that they're denying themselves or they're no longer experiencing or feeling. And it just seems like she might not have a whole lot to kind of fall back on there. And if that's the case, then, I mean, if the brainwash is better than the truth, then you're not going to really want to realize the truth. Yeah, I heard that, Shazzy. The police were waiting outside. They didn't want to arrest him in front of the kids. They followed him to the police station where he turned himself in. Which, I mean, that's really cool on the police's part. I wonder if Josh had been a black male, though, would they still done that? Whatever. I digress. But still, regardless, it's so cool that they did that. And it's cool that Josh, complied. Yeah, Stockholm syndrome from childhood. The worst thing about all of this is everyone loses because of those people that chose to do these nasty things. Now their whole family are going to have this black cloud over them because of the dad. Yeah, it at least for a while, they definitely will. See, I think that I think as this plays out, especially if more and more shit kind of rains down on Josh, I think he's going to start talking. And I think he knows he's not the only person in his community that enjoys the same perversions. So I think as more shit comes down on him, I think he's going to start kind of giving people up. And when that happens, then I think the whole black cloud is just going to be over this entire faith for the most part. I mean, this is like the most famous, I guess, in this country, like the most famous sect of this faith or a parish of this faith or whatever. And if they come down with that kind of reputation, then it's not going to fare well for any of them. I mean, just look at what the whole priest, scandal did to Catholicism. 6 kids, though, put them first, really hope they get proper help and support, all of them. People giving her crap are forcing her into a corner, give her support, not help. Exactly, yeah. I mean, if his kids, which I don't think they were, and I'd be shocked to hear otherwise. But if his kids were not in any kind of, were not also like victimized by him in any way, then I don't see the point in rushing her, like pressuring her, like you're saying that. I don't see the reason to go at her hard and to push her further away or whatever. If the kids were in danger, then yeah, then that's, different. But if they're not, then, kind of, I guess, work at her. Yeah, Christy, I kind of wonder that too. Listen, they have all those kids for a reason. Unfortunately, I believe they do bad things to them. Either that or I think it's like not the more the merrier. I don't want to say that, but like there's protection in numbers. There's safety in numbers. The more of yous that you have around, then the more insulation you have from shit coming back at you, I think. I don't know. So many children are killed and abused every day, every single day. I wish she wasn't so obsessed with his family. She has a platform that can make a difference, but I guess that's not a moneymaker. And yeah, that's a huge part of it. Exactly. And I would even argue that the money is a huge part of it, but it's not even just that. It's the accolades. And unless she's taken down a big family that has like a lot of attention and admiration, she's not going to get the same accolades. So. Well, right. Yeah, no doubt, Sue. Not everyone has a lot of kids to do bad things to. Absolutely. I mean, like our human history, I think, just kind of shows that like every family had a lot of kids, until they didn't have to have a lot of kids. But yeah, it's also because they believe in zero birth control, right? Well, I mean, I do think though that the whole like big family idea is pushed in this community because maybe it's part God's army thing that they want to do, but I think in large part though, it's that these men, they know what they're about. They know what they're made of, what they're consisted of. And the more people they have in their family to love and admire them or protect them or whatever, then, the safer they are, or even just the safer they feel, I think. It's not that, but she's been in this cult. She's brainwashed. She needs support to be able to truly see rather than believing the cult's views. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you do. I mean, no one gets brainwashed overnight. And so the deprogramming is a process. And if they're resistant to it, then you have to do it in a way that they don't realize you're doing it. I mean, that's even more difficult. I come from a big family, no birth control. Yeah, our family, like 3 kids is considered like a big family. Freaking, I think I got bit by a mosquito or something earlier. Already they're out. I just have to say this, addiction is addiction. And that's what no one is talking about. He is a terrible human, but he's addicted and needs rehab. We don't throw out other people who are addicted. I'm not suggesting that he's thrown out, but I don't quite feel comfortable to just classify this simply as an addiction. I'm not quite sure the word, but I don't think addiction is strong enough. But I get what you're saying. Rehab should always be like the first step and should always be tried, I think, because you never know. And you never know, you never know. I do though think I think that throughout their process, the protection for those around them should always be first and foremost. And also there may come a point after all, like so many tries of rehabilitation where it becomes apparent that it's just the tools or the means are not yet at our disposal. And maybe there's nothing we can do. I don't know. That's where someone who is much more qualified than me, comes in. I fully agree. Just needed to say he's been in his addiction for all these years. hope he rots in hell, but he's still a person. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I know I hear a lot of people saying, like string him up, hopefully, hopefully prison justice or whatever happens and shit like that. And I'm sorry if this makes me, kind of a shit person, but I don't want to see him murdered. I don't want to see him dead. I don't want to see anyone dead. But I also don't want to see him have any kind of chance to hurt anyone ever again. So. You can see she definitely knew who was there. I watched LB video and their names were on there. She was afraid she'd lose connection, so she used her son's device and his name was... Get out, Sherry. Are you kidding me? She used her son's device so they read his name on this court proceeding with this freaking subject matter. She assigned her son's name to this. She attached, oh my God. I'm sorry. I mean, this may not be like a dangerous thing or something for her son. Okay, fine. Maybe I am overreacting, but there's just the thought of me doing that with one of my kids' names, which is, oh my God, it grosses me out. Yeah, this was abuse of children. Absolutely, Frank. This is not just adult consenting, like media. He was accepting and watching. It was the abuse of children between the ages of those ages being abused. So addiction or not, it is not simple counseling fix. Yeah, right. I'm sure it's not. I don't think that this is something quite as easy that is throwing methadone or something at it. I don't know what it entails. Whatever. That's not my area, but yeah, this is addiction. Just doesn't feel like a strong enough word. Yeah, that's just disgusting. I mean, like I remember years ago, like when my 25-year-old, he was like 5 or something, maybe I don't know, maybe even younger. It was in my 20s, young 20s. I owed the power company money, and I couldn't I was moving and I couldn't get a new account turned on until I paid the bill. And a friend of mine said, "So just put the bill in your son's name, use his social security number." And I'm like, "No way, dude." I mean, it's. What if I can't pay it or something? And what if I forget about? I mean, I know me. I could easily screw that up. And then he's going to grow up and he's going to have this shit hanging over his head. I'm not going to do that. That kind of grossed me out. Just the thought of it. I couldn't do that. And with this shit, oh my God. LB did that. Well, I'm really surprised that she did. I still find that gross. Don't get me wrong. I'm surprised though. Like I could see Katie doing it. I'm kind of shocked that LB did that. Yeah, it's still gross. I'm sorry. Ugh. Yeah, I do think KJ is that much of an idiot to do that. Absolutely. Like I'm really shocked that it was LB. LB was on 2 devices, her son's computer and hers. Why could she? They couldn't have picked the name up, though, from the device. I mean, you probably have to register. I mean, I'm wondering, did someone put the name in there? Or I don't think that the website, especially a government website, would have picked the name up from the device. There's no cure for a predator. It's been proven. There's no rehabilitation. There's something wrong with her brain. I said this earlier, but it was 9 seconds too early. Used her own name. KJ. Yeah. I've heard alleged stories of, I guess, if you want to call them success, I guess in a sense they are, people like they're not cured or whatever. They manage it, but they do it in a way that creates no victims whatsoever. Like they acknowledge their issues, but they don't give into them. I mean, I don't know. That's any success stories I've heard was kind of along that lines. I don't know. I honestly, I don't even want to, it's just sorry. I'm not educated in that field. It's not my responsibility to be in that field. I'll let those people do. I don't want to deal with it. If he was using Zoom for school, it would have his name on it. Oh no, I hope it wasn't a school device. Cause like my kids, they're giving the Chromebooks from school to do their schoolwork on. And yeah, oh God, I hope she didn't use like a school device. I mean, the Zoom call would be allowed. I mean, because like on these devices, there is a lot of shit blocked or whatever, but they're not going to block another Zoom call because that's what these schools use. Okay, Katie didn't use her son's name. Okay, that's good. Right, and Amanda, I get this. Sometimes she goes on her son's account or uses his phone. And in most cases, I don't see a problem with that at all. I mean, hell, I used to use my son's Facebook account for Bingo Blitz, But yeah, to watch court proceedings on a federal case like this, I don't know. I would not want my son's and my kid's name connected to that in any way. I would not. I don't know. Because I'd also be afraid too, like just of all the people involved or whatever, just them seeing my kid's name. I mean, I don't know. Right. I know the Zoom app, it goes by whose phone or computer you use. See, I had Zoom on my computer, and I set up 2 accounts for one that was really me, and one was like a stock account to get into the Zoom meetings or whatever when I was monitoring the anti-vax people on Facebook. And I could have that on the one device. I could have 2 different accounts. I just signed in and out of, the one that I needed. Yeah, Bingo Blitz name. Yeah. Oh God, I used to play that like, oh my God, religiously, like for years. Like I had 5 accounts and shit just for that game. Yeah, exactly, Kimberly. In a CP case, using a kid's device that tracks back to a kid is sus. Sorry, LB. Yeah, exactly. And didn't someone say that she had 2? She was using 2, one in her name, like her own or whatever, in her name, and then like this one was a bad. I'm sorry, LB. Just I wouldn't want to do that. I don't know. Whatever. Katie used her own device and went by her Katie Paulson in the Zoom meeting. It showed her, I'm guessing that means banner. Right, yeah. You can rename yourself in Zoom. It goes off the latest screen name listed. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, I had 2 accounts, so just to be safe, but you missed a few things, Amanda Port. Yeah, I just read that article. Yeah, Anna's blaming Biden for setting him up. Yeah, I just read that like I don't know, 20 minutes ago or so. No, you're not overreacting. She supposedly got booted, so she had to make sure she was involved. That's just. Ugh. I'm thinking about it too, like my kids, like my youngest is 17 now, and if I had done that and then I told them I'd done that, I think that they'd be very upset with me too. I'm assuming she didn't even think about it, Diane. I mean, I hear you, because like when I first read that, I just assumed that they were talking about Katie, and yeah, I could see Katie doing that. And then when someone said no, it was LB, I'm like, wow, that's surprising. Like I'm shocked that she did it. I would guess that she wasn't thinking about it, like you said. But it's, I don't. I don't think that would slip my mind. I don't know. Oh, everyone thought you were Amanda Portwood, so now you're just Amanda Port. My kid would troll me and name it D's Nuts or something. Yeah. Or LJ. We were not there, so we don't know it was LB or LJ. We cannot assume. Who's LJ? What do you think about KJ's explicit tweets detailing the case? What tweets? I mean, I've seen like a lot of her tweets over like this past week. Is there any specific like today or anything? Because I haven't really looked at her tweets today. Yeah, Third Street Stitcher. Okay, I have both my kids' accounts logged into my phone. I switched accounts before and clicked on my son's by accident and went off so fast. I would never want my kids linked to something like this. Yeah. I wouldn't want anyone to see my kid's name linked to something like this either, you know? Oh, new tweets today. She was detailing exactly what the images looked like. Yeah, I don't care to go over that. I mean, it whatever. I mean, that's what she wants to do. Whatever, you know, have it. Just now that I know about ahead of time, I think maybe when I do look at her tweets, I'm just going to avoid today's. SGE did get booted. Who's SGE? SGE did get booted because she was giving screenshots and recording and the notes and repeating facts. Okay. I'm going to go back to the video right now. I'm just going to step away for a second and grab something, but I'll be right back. Oh, wait, sorry. I took the video down. Oops. Forgot.
We don't know. All you should really just be saying, at least in my opinion, is I hope the children are safe. Really. And leave it at that. People get so graphic, I think, because they're online and they just think like whatever. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I don't know. They don't know. Some people think they can ask you stuff since you're talking about it. Their line might be different than yours. They don't know what is okay and what isn't according to you because of the topic. But they should. If they watch me long enough, they should know. I've repeatedly stated that I don't want to answer questions about children and whether or not.
If they've watched me long enough, and what if they haven't? I mean, you want to have like new viewers, I would imagine, like all the time, because otherwise you're not collecting new viewers. If all of your viewers are always people who have been watching you long enough, then your channel's not growing. So whatever.
Or not they've been abused. I think it's a really deeply traumatic question to ask anyone. I think it's putting a lot of trauma into a chat to start applying abuse that we don't know is abusive. I think it's deeply disturbing that I get a lot of hate and people will say, well, you're outing victims. But then the same people that say that will have no problem speculating and creating victims. And I don't want to out victims, and I don't want to create victims that are like not.
And that's all great. Awesome. But I mean, you can't sit there and give people an attitude because they don't know this since they haven't watched you long enough.
There. This person's just being a troll. Okay. I just feel like it gets exhausting. Like honestly exhausting. And I feel honestly exhausted. I get exhausted by the questions. Sometimes I don't want to answer your questions, honestly. Sometimes I just want you guys to chat in the chat without asking questions. Sometimes it overwhelms me when I'm getting so many questions. And then with this idea that I know all the answers, I don't know all the answers. Like this person, any updates on Sister Wives? Why would that question even be relevant right now? Like sometimes I think people just ask questions without just chatting. And then they think that if I don't respond to the question, that I'm being rude. And that's like, sometimes I just don't want to answer questions. Sometimes I literally just want to not.
All right. So real quick, someone just sent me a screenshot of a couple of Katie's tweets from today. And one of them says, I just got told that friends of the Duggars think the government planted the chasm on Josh Duggar's computer. They did this so that Sarah Huckabee will lose her campaign for governor because she said she knows the Duggars. You can't make this shit up. Then she said, trolls that care more about protecting with Josh and his enabling father, I can't relate. Not a class of humans I'd ever want to associate with. Yeah, no shit. Was that it? Okay, yeah. Damn it.
Not answer questions. It's hard because I'm a people pleaser. So if you have people repeatedly filling up your chat saying, what about Anna? What about Anna? What about the ankle bracelet? What about this? What about that? And it's like you get exhausted and you've got thousands of these every single day. It gets exhausting. And everyone wants very, very disturbing details that I just think are really unnecessary to know. Like, I'm not in a bad mood. This person, again, with a blank account. I'm in a good mood. I'm just sharing how I feel. Why do people assume that I go live to answer questions? Why did I go live? I didn't go live to ask questions, like answer questions. This wasn't like a Q&A, right?
What? Isn't that the whole point of going live? So you're not just talking to your viewers, you're interacting with them and they're interacting with you. That would involve, like, I don't know, statements, claims, whatever, questions, answers, whatever. What's the point then?
It's question overload. It's overwhelming when you have everyone asking you questions constantly and a lot of questions that you can't answer. And I am a human and I do have like my own mental capacity. Yeah, I just wanted to like come on and chat with you guys and say like, hi. It wasn't like, sometimes I feel like when I come on here and chat and just tell you like what was going on with him, it's like, it's an emotionally draining topic for sure. Yep, you're right.
Dude, Sue, get out of my head, man. Get out of my head.
When you have the same people asking the same questions constantly, was Anna at court? Was Anna at court? Was Josh abusing his kids? Was Josh abusing his kids? Why did the judge do this? Why did the judge do that? You know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know why the judge did anything. I just don't agree with it. It's been a very long week. It's been like incredible to see you guys. I'm so glad that you're like enjoying the content and that you're you know, enjoying this, enjoying that, you know. I'm still on here. See, now karma came back as Meg's karma. I knew she was an Emily Baker stan. You guys are psychotic. These people think that like they're one person, the creator that they're obsessed with is the only person that can talk about anything. And then they have to like stalk and harass me. These people are ridiculous. I hope you guys don't do this to people that cover stuff that I cover. Don't ever go to someone's chat and be like, you're a terrible. Katie's way better than you. That's just like deplorable behavior. I would never want.
I kind of want to test this. I kind of want to start I almost want to start covering the Duggars now just to see, you know, because I'll be honest, there's not a whole lot of other channels covering this, at least nowhere near the depth that she's been covering, obviously. But I mean, even before she hits like obsessive, she's still like very thoroughly covering it. I think we need another channel to cover the Duggars.
Want any followers to do that kind of behavior. Like, just watch who you want to watch. It's not a competition. It's everyone offers something that's different. Everyone does something different. And everyone, here's another blank account.
That is an excellent point, Diane Harlow. Okay, so let me get this straight. Or let me get this right. Don't talk with each other, remember, from that stream back in, I think it was January or whatever. Now, don't talk to me, talk to each other. She is such a bitch. Stop addressing people she hates. Yep, exactly. Like, what are you supposed to do in chat then? Just sit there and follow direction? I mean, like, who wants that shit? Like, really?
Yeah, she's the lawyer lady. But her stands are psychotic to me because she was really not nice to me when she covered my lawsuit. And she doesn't like to admit that she's biased, and she's doesn't like to admit that she really fucked up and swayed people to believe things that just weren't true. And I have a right to say that, but her fans don't think I have a right to say that. So it's like she can talk about me. I've never made a video about her. She made tons of money talking about me, which is fine. But if I even respond, somehow I'm like the bad person. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so before my stream here ends tonight, thank you very much, Kimberly Roddy Mom, for reminding me. Kimberly wrote, she expects you to gorge on cupcakes and Hot Pockets. So before the stream ends tonight, we're going to have to watch a video on Reddit featuring Todd gorging on cupcakes and Hot Pockets. Really, you won't regret watching it. So everyone can thank Kimberly. No, I'm kidding. I planned on playing it anyway, so I kind of do want to try making it an outro for a little while.
There's another blank account pretending like they're not a stan of hers. And the trolls do one thing. They do one blank account or a sock account, a fake account, and they try to be nice to me. And then their next one is being mean to me.
Wait a second. Is she saying that these troll or blank accounts, that there's people representing in one way or another Emily D. Baker? Is that what she's claiming? Like, that's nuts. And sometimes most of the people who follow you are nice to you because they like you, and then you do something to piss them off, and then they're not nice to you, and they're not always trolls.
And they're so obvious. Thank you. I get the blank trolls too. I'm an artist who draws with a mouth, and people are sometimes rude. They accuse me of faking and stuff. Trolls are draining. They are so draining. It's true. Who has the time to do the BS? There's like people that literally exist on YouTube that think like you can only watch one creator, which I think is really weird. I don't think his hearing will actually happen on July 6th. I don't know if you guys know anything about federal court, but trial dates never are actually the trial date. Like, Josh Duggar found a way to make his like land case take 2 years. Well, I'm thankful for you watching. I feel like everyone just adds different flavors to things. For sure. Honestly, I feel like my gut, based on what the defense was saying and just what like I've seen with other high profile cases, I feel like they're going to try to get something thrown out. They're going to ask for some sort of evidence suppression. They're going to try to say like a warrant was bad, or they're going to try to like argue some sort of constitutionality to get something thrown out so that the case can't move forward. And then if that doesn't work, then they'll probably do a plea deal.
Joey's mom asks, very good question. Random thought. Is KJ exaggerating her hypocrisy word vomit on all the ass backward things she says just to keep her name in everyone's mouth? Short answer, yes. Yes.
If he can't get it thrown out, I don't see him going to court. There's no way. Honestly, if they can't get it dismissed, going to trial would be horrible.
Wait a minute. What words did she steal from Emily? Where did they just go? Melly Lynn says, LMAO, she stole them words from Emily. I haven't seen the Emily stream yet, so. And normally I've watched every single, like obviously Katie stream and like the other Tati case stream, and I don't know, a few others I watched. Like Brittany, I don't know. I'm not interested in all the law cases she covers, so I haven't seen all of them, but I haven't seen any of her Josh ones yet, so I'm kind of curious. Yes, I did, Frank. People like, did you see the Toad video where he is a spoof painter, like the happy painter, Bob Ross? Yeah. He paints mail. Yeah. Maybe we can watch that one too in a little bit. It looks like the what I did have planned we're not going to get to, so that's okay. We can save that for another time. We can do that anytime.
Like, if I would have to, if they go to trial, I will not watch it. You cannot pay me to watch the trial. I will not watch it. It would be torture. It would be torture to have to sit through Department of Homeland Security. That was torturous. Listening to the testimony of what he was looking at. It was so graphic and so disturbing. And I can't imagine seeing anything. It would be so traumatizing for the jurors to go through because they would have to see the videos. Well, not, things get blanked out or whatever, but they have to give them an understanding of like what was being viewed. And it's traumatizing. Like, I cannot fathom having to look at images of children being abused.
That is a good point. Kimberly Roddy Mom says, "What's worse is being a victim of it. Maybe she should learn to shut her trap." Exactly. She won't. She goes on and on about, just signal virtuing or whatever about how wonderful she is because she won't speculate if there have been specific victims or whatever because she doesn't want to out the potential victims or whatever. But yet, she won't shut up about this, and she's going into detail about. I mean, no one really knows no one needs to know the detail of the shit he downloaded. Just that he downloaded some messed up shit. And even if you want to just give like very brief, like, I don't know, tidbits or whatever, just to give people an idea. Okay, fine. But to go into detail of it, nobody needs to know this shit. No one freaking literally needs to know this shit to get an idea of just how fucked up what he did was. No one needs that. So why does she need to share it? Why does she need to do this? Why does she need to, in a place like Twitter, like these are tweets. These aren't even like behind like a blog post or something where she can put a trigger warning before people click like to read more bar or whatever. This is Twitter. People aren't expecting to just be scrolling through Twitter and to find details of this shit. So, I mean, she really gave a shit about victims, not even potential victims, but already established victims. If she really gave a shit about them, she wouldn't be doing this in such a public place and for no reason.
What I don't understand is like, the officer said it was like,
Okay, I'm gonna put my microphone back in mute in a second. I'm gonna just play ahead a little bit on my iPad and just see. I'm guessing because someone had already told me that she goes into detail, and I want to avoid all that. So, I just want to skip through and make sure that I'm avoiding all that. 1 second. Wait, where am I leaving off though on this? 2522. Okay, yeah, pretty much the rest of the video is that. I'm only like 2 minutes away from the end and she's still going on about it. So I'm going to just end that there. I saw a question though I wanted to answer. What the hell? Oh, and Robin had asked something too. I forget what now. I wanted to ask. Oh, what caused her attitude change? This is just like a pattern that she goes through. It used to be like every, I don't know, few months or whatever, but like ever since Tati filed against her, then it kind of sped up the cycle. I think maybe once a month, once every few weeks or so. But I don't know. I feel like you never quite know when it's coming, but you can, when it's hit, when it starts, you can recognize it. She just does this for, I don't know what reason, but I don't know if she gets fed up. I don't know if something triggers her or whatever, or she just goes too long without sleep. I don't know what the hell the trigger, the cause is, but she will just start lashing out at her viewers, her subscribers. She will usually fixate on one person or a couple of people, and she will usually keep going at them and at them and at them and at them. And then eventually she will push it too far. She will piss off a bunch of people, and then she will slowly start to kind of calm down. That's how it's been going. Somebody else asked, so where'd it go? Oh, Irene D asked, just curious, have the trolls and threats stopped since they are in negotiations? Not exactly. I don't know when, I don't remember what day it was she announced the negotiations, but let me find the folder. The last email I received was May 3rd. And I received 5 emails on May 3rd. And May 1st, April 30th, April 28th, April 26th, April 25th. And oh wow, there's quite a big break really from April 9th to April 25th. Huh. That's weird. I think like ever since my first one, maybe it was like every few days. Yeah, it was. It was every few days, except for from the April break there. April 9th to 25th. That was a long break. But I don't know. I want to say, as of right now, I would be inclined to say no. But ask me again in a week. Like if it stays quiet, then I would change that answer to a yes. Okay, so someone else meant, I don't know if I want to check out Twitter though right now. She's that bad. All right, I'm gonna pull up Twitter. Fuck it. That's right. I have to sign out first because I'm blocked, y'all. All right. See, I don't mind sharing the screen or whatever. I'm not even worried about it because I'm not signed into an account. So it's not like anything personal, private's going to be there of mine or somebody else's account. So, because I can't view her shit signed in. I don't think the emails will stop yet because there's still a chance it could go to court if they can't agree. True. And also, too, I mean, I know Emily D. Baker touched on a lot of this, too, like at the settlement. And what I took away from, like, much of what she said and just, like, what my limited experience kind of knows about maybe a situation like this is that, like, if this went to trial and say everything went spectacularly and she lost or whatever, the court's still going to be limited as to what they can place on her for restitution. I mean, yeah, money, okay. But other than that, though, they can't force her to say anything. They can't force her to apologize or whatever. So it's pretty much basically just a cash or, a financial reward. Whereas in settlement, whatever is agreed upon, it can be anything. I mean, whatever it is the two parties bring to the table and agree to, it can be literally anything. So I don't know. I think that that's pretty interesting. I think that could possibly be even worse for her, depending on what gets included in the settlement. I don't know. The case will never be live to watch. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, if it had gone to court or trial, or if it does go to trial, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. John says in settlement, Keemstar took another YouTuber's play button. Exactly. So I mean, and also too, I mean, like, isn't like the other lawsuit that with Halo and Swanson, isn't that like I don't even know, like $20-30 million lawsuit, or maybe even more? I mean, what if she can help at all? If Kitty can help at all with that lawsuit, I mean, I think that might matter more to Toddy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I don't sign in that often though, Nat. You might be better off getting me on Twitter. But either way, I'm gonna type my handle, whatever, in the chat. It's the same on Twitter as it is on Instagram. So it's just Slayer Utica. And yeah, that's Slayer Utica. It's not like a misspelling of Slayer erotica. Apparently, that's what some people thought. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. But no, I didn't. I'm not that cool. Did you hear her say she's seen the file or downloaded it toward the end? Toward the end of what? You tried Twitter. Okay, I'll look for you on Twitter. Minder609. Who? Katie? Seen what file or downloaded? Because I don't think anything was on the Zoom call that was downloadable. I mean, that would be kind of weird for them to say you can't download or save anything or document or memorialize anything. But while we're at it, we're going to upload this file, to entice you with. Yeah, exactly. She sits there and says she could never watch it, but she will describe it. Exactly. I mean, describing it's got to. I don't know if it could be harder. It might be equally as hard, but that's the thing. It's equally as hard, if nothing else. They're referring to the specific video that Joshua. No, she did not say that she downloaded it. Get out. She did not say she downloaded it. What? I mean, doing it is crazy enough, but then to say it. I mean, there's for education or whatever. You can probably do some out of the ordinary things, but yeah, that's just insane. It could be Olivia. I've often wondered if maybe when she goes through her snapping at people phase, maybe that's kind of when she ran out of something for a month and had to wait like a week or so until, she could resupply or whatever. I don't know though. Yeah, not to be rude, but I have never seen an SA victim be so giddy about a case involving other SA victims. And not just giddy, but so entrenched in it that you can't stop talking about it, that you're making streams after video and tweet after tweet. And, I mean, I would think after a fraction of that, I would just have to stop for a while and just take a shower and just stay the hell away from my device for a good couple days. This is the video that they're referring to. She says that at the end. Oh, shoot. I deleted it, didn't I? Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. speed it up? Yeah, you can. I'm just listening to the end real quick. See if she says it. Ugh. She's been going for the judge since the judge was newer to that district, but to get to be a federal judge takes a lot of time and experience. She acts like the judge to start in law. Yeah, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. She probably thinks she's more experienced than the judge because, like, I don't know, she provided info for her own case to Brown. Or maybe she even wrote her own response to the original filing. I don't know. Kimberly Roddy Mom says she might have made a really good pirate in past life. Damn it, why did I stop playing? Oh. Yo, hey, no, you just got this wrong. She wasn't just breaking down and describing everything in the videos. That's advocacy, because if you sugarcoat it by calling it CP, then that's sugarcoating it. So, but you have to shock everyone and like scar them mentally for life by telling them all the facts that you can. That's how you truly advocate. I mean, that's what she's trying to pull off right now. It's crazy. Did you make hand puppets? I don't know. I'd have to listen to this more. She might have, I don't know, but if anyone else wants to see for themselves, and I left off at like I want to say like the 24-minute mark. So, I mean, if you go to check it out yourself, you don't want to watch more of this than you have to, I would pick up around the 24, 25-minute mark. So, while we're here, let's see. That is kind of funny, though, that tweet. Duggar fans, stop reporting about Josh Duggar's case. You are a wicked woman. Your husband should divorce you, and you neglect your son. Also, Duggar fans, have a blessed day. That's like somebody else must have written that, because that was actually funny. Oh, bullshit. Her reporting is not changing the minds of Jim Bob's friends. No. If anything's changing their minds, it's just the fact that the facts of the case are getting out, not because she's reporting it or my reporting. Like she's having an effect, not the facts of the matter. Come on now. Oh yeah, I did not do this very often tonight. My bad. I'm going to link a few channels here. Oops, if I can spell. So this is Claire Bear's channel. Check it out. I know that, her latest stream was actually pretty funny today, because like she and I were both on it, and it's really, really easy to make jokes with Claire, because like she just like sets the volley up for you often. It just flows naturally. It was awesome. I had so much fun today. And another mod, Sue M's channel. She has videos, awesome videos about kangaroos. Well, not about kangaroos, but featuring kangaroos. Because like I've been loving them. I don't know, like maybe the past few days, definitely. Maybe even longer, like the past week. Just like 5-6 minute long videos, just kangaroos hopping around. I mean, it's just cool. It's really cool. And Jess Britt's channel. I don't know if she's still here. She's out of the hospital too, for anyone who's not aware. She had like allergy issues or whatever, and she was in the hospital, but she's home now. So she's doing good. She's on the mend. So yay, we're happy. We're happy. Okay, so back to Twitter. I just got told that friends of the Duggars think the government planted the chasm. Oh God, that's funny. I can't see them retweeting me, but I know they have, and they comment to you, and I can't see it. Oh, that's funny. How do you know if they have you blocked? There's one person that immediately tweets what I tweet, no matter what it is. Why do I feel like it's a creepy ass Duggar fan that thinks I'm destroying the family by reporting on the crime? She's already made up a narrative and made up this like phantom enemy and everything. And it's just someone who obviously has like their tweets protected or something, and she can't see that they're retweeting. But this is what she makes it up to be. Like, to always feel that persecuted. Wow. I mean, that's gotta be tough. All right. This one's not nearly as funny as the other one. Jim Bob, film my kids. Let's be famous. Even though my son did all this crap to my daughters. Also, Jim Bob. The media ruined our lives for finding out my son did all these things to my daughters after we decided to be in a reality. That's not at all. That doesn't even flow. I mean, she obviously wrote that one. Use peer-to-peer BitTorrent file sharing. Tor browser. And then within Tor joined a social media site that shared. Oh, is she again trying to like. Law enforcement has a database that hashes and tracks. Okay, yeah, her video before is saying how. Oh, wait, he had this. He went to these extents. He had a secret partition or whatever. And she even said it was a Linux partition. I know lots of people who have a desktop or laptop that has both Linux and Windows or OS on it. I mean, there's nothing like weird or odd or like untrustworthy about it. Oh, what's that say? You ever see a field of green grass, so you take your shoes off and run through the grass only to slide through a pile of dog food? That's what being KJ is like. Oh my God. Kimberly Roddy Mom, I hope you are forever in my chats and my comments. I hope you are forever here. She talked about sex in her first life in all sorts of ways. BDSM, just make or have good safe words and have as much sex as you want to get. Just get proper testing. Right behind a rant. Where's the continuation? Right behind the rant of religion. Oh, and she also thinks that Jesus was a hippie who loved to hang with prostitutes and drink tons of wine. Possibly. Oh, Judas must have been a cool dude. I like bad boys who does. Oh, okay. Yeah. She thinks she's Lady Gaga there, probably. I don't think Jesus sought out the company of prostitutes necessarily. I think he just didn't turn down company of people, maybe. But she might have a point on the wine. I don't know. I don't think he's a hippie, though. And I don't think a safe word should be your main concern in something like BDSM, though it might be a good idea to have it, up there on the list. But I think really just the clear and precise consent and eager participation of all parties should be what matters most. Judas was my friend first. Yes, JCM, yes. Question. Did you see that KJ posted how she had screenshot but couldn't post it, but did admit to taking the screenshot? I did see her admit to the screenshot. I didn't see her. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, she did say she couldn't post it. She said she just took it for her own memory or something. Some shit like that. Like, because there must have been a lot of information in that simple screenshot that, you know, she was in danger of forgetting. I don't know. But yeah, I did see that. Exactly. Yeah. Consent is the main tenet of BDSM. Exactly. Yeah. What good is a safe word if like no one wants to be there to have to say it? I mean, okay, I'm gonna go back to Twitter. Okay, I'm skipping over that. I wonder if the extremists, like the Duggars, actually got help, sought therapy, and went on meds. If their literal delusions about the world would go away. Or if they did this, if their delusions would go away. I have to wonder how much mental illness plays a factor in their choices. I'm not sure if I would label it all mental illness, though, because I don't think much of it is nature. I think much of it is nurture, which I think would be more behavioral issues than just a mental illness. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be a mixture of both for some, and I'm sure that there are exceptions in the family, but of course, the minute I call out this creepy behavior, being that they are retweeting me from an account that has me blocked, you know, that's not super weird at all. Obsessively following someone but blocking them so they can't see what you are doing. Yeah, she's getting in her exciting phase, I guess we could call it. She's flipping out over someone that she can't see retweeting her. It's just a retweet. I mean, dude. There's, oh, all right. I already read that one earlier. Jesus, really? I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need to obey your husband. Submission is not required in your marriage. Oh, thank you, Katie. Oh my God. I think so many women now on social media feel free of like servitude and obligation right there. Oh, CPS in Arkansas better make a trip to the Duggars guest house and interviewing every single one of his what? Wasn't she just saying how she didn't want to like label anyone or question anyone of being a victim of any kind? She didn't want to victimize them or whatever. And now she's saying CPS better make a trip there and interview every single one of Josh's children. I fear for their safety. Of course Josh laughed and smirked during the full hearing yesterday. Oh, God. All right. This is crazy. She's really seeming to enjoy like discussing this a lot. Manic face. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. I didn't want to say manic face, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, but yes, she flips out when they show up at her house. Exactly. Just catch her video from earlier. I'm telling you. Which video though? I mean, if it was on Instagram, I don't know if I can. She likely well, I doubt she saved it. She never does anymore. Wait, let me check on the iPad. I can look at it from there. Yeah, it's not saved. But yeah, if it was on like YouTube or something. She'll claim the Me Too movement any minute. Yeah. But did you see the tweets she made? I think it was yesterday, saying how they have their very own Josh Duggar in their family, and they cut off ties with him years ago because you have to put your kids first. But I mean, what I can't help but to just wonder if that their own Josh Duggar was actually in her family and not her husband's family, would she still be like posting this all over social media? You know, just I'm not saying that I get not wanting to protect the family member and whatever. I don't give a shit about that. But how does her husband feel about this? You know, about her telling the world this. I mean, yeah, it's not him. It shouldn't, and it's not going to reflect poorly in him. But if it were my family member, I don't know. I would feel like shit about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to keep it a secret, but I'm not sure I would advertise it either. But her desk is clean as a whistle, it's just saying. Was that in regard to that one Periscope video? Are you friends with MissusCare? Yes, I am. And I follow her on YouTube. That's where I was watching the video from, was her channel. Let me see. She has another one, I think, from today. It's probably Instagram. Oh, okay, from 10 hours ago. All right, let's give this one a try. See what this says. I don't remember. Okay, yeah, I did delete the other one, so it has to be this one. Yep.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't buy the book, but that's just me. I feel bad for Ginger, but I also feel like Ginger is another one that's stuck in the cycle.
Yeah, I had it on faster playback because I was looking for something. I'm going to keep it here, but if it's hard for anyone to follow or understand, I can slow it down a little bit. Just let me know in the chat.
That isn't doing anything to help herself, and that if she really truly and no matter how many times Ginger and Jeremy want to water down this book, it doesn't change the fact that they are involved with a church that is horrifically homophobic, that spews hate speech against the LGBTQ plus every single day, that Jeremy is horrifically homophobic and is spewing hate speech against the LGBTQ plus every single day. They're directing hate towards people that are innocent and doing nothing wrong, and yet their brother is the predator. You know, maybe get your morals right and get your head straight and realize that the monsters that you guys have been chasing for years is in your house. Stop deflecting from your family and stop blaming the LGBTQ plus for being the predators. You have a predator in your home. When you guys can stop with the hypocrisy, right? Less people are going to be calling you out. No, Josh did not rape his sisters. No, they should be on your mind because I'm not blaming Ginger for being a victim, but I'm blaming Ginger for being homophobic. Yeah, I'm blaming Jeremy for being homophobic. I'm blaming the Duggars for constantly calling out the LGBTQ plus with hate speech, with calling transgender women predators that want to assault children when Michelle Duggar's son is the person that is assaulting children. It's a definition of hypocrisy. Exactly. Maria says, and equating LGBTQ plus with sexual deviance and abuse, which is not true. So your sexual deviance that you're so obsessed with is literally happening in your fucking house. And yet you deflect and gaslight and want everyone else to believe that it's the innocent, normal LGBTQ plus that are just living their lives, that aren't doing anything wrong. They're not the ones that are downloading torture and rape videos. No, that was your son. They're not the ones that are molesting and sexually assaulting children. That was your son. They're not the ones that allegedly raped and almost killed an escort. I almost said prostitute, an escort in Pennsylvania. No, that was your son, right? I wish all of them would denounce this. I wish they would stop being so how to be on brand. I was so disturbed at how involved Jim Bob was with all of this. I don't know when. I want Anna to leave so bad. Oh, I love Maria.
Sue, that is a fantastic idea. Hey, Suzanne, how not to move to Costa Rica. I was saying Aaron should have you on regarding the Duggars one day, as you are an expert on the subject. Not only do I think you are an expert on the subject. I think you are a trustworthy expert on the subject. I would take anything you said regarding the family long before I took anything she said. And honestly, if any of you in chat are like truly like, fascinated by the Duggars and you love, whatever, watching them and everything, then you want to follow Suzanne's channel because she's been following them for a while. In fact, I want to say that you kind of, when you worked with Katie at Pathios, I want to say that she kind of came to you when she first started covering the Duggars and, with her questions, and you kind of, informed her on certain things or whatever. Like you were her teacher in a sense, I want to say. All right, let's see. So I'm going to put a link to your channel up in the chat. Yeah, exactly. This is just so triggering and hard to watch. I don't know how she can be ranting about this all the time. So here is a link to Suzanne's channel, How Not to Move to Costa Rica, it's called. She talks about more things than just other things than just the Duggars on her channel. So definitely check her out, even if you're not super into the Duggars. There we go. So yeah, definitely check her out. Thank you, Sue. You beat me to it. Gee, thanks. 10+ years. KJ never asked me about the Duggars. She did start stealing content. Oh, I thought that she did. Okay. I remember hearing how she would just kind of like help herself to shit or whatever. I thought that she actually asked you for information too. Yeah, actually, now that you think about it, or now that you say that and I think about it, I'm not sure she could have like really sacrificed her ego enough to ask someone else, let alone another woman, that just, okay. Either way, whether she asked or not, she got much of her information from you. Yeah, and if anyone wants like accurate information, definitely turn to Suzanne.
I love Marissa. I love her little pride flag. I'm going to pin your comment. Love is love. It is. You guys, my cat is missing. He's been missing all day. In the middle of all of this, my husband just went out in the middle of the night to go find my cat. So Peter Scully's in prison forever. If this was another family doing this, the Duggars would be the first people to like call them out and say that they're the worst people ever. And they'd be like, they're so deviant. They'd be like making examples of them. The people that are it's always the people that are so obsessed with deviance that are the ones that are deviant themselves. Like, I'm not obsessed with deviance. I just don't like liars. And I honestly just started, I covered the Duggars because they're just liars and I hate the cult. And then when you start learning about the cult and you realize how deviant these people are and how like sexually obsessed they are and how like abusive the men are. I know. Yeah, the Philippine president exactly says, she said, here, I'm gonna pin this. The Philippine president literally said that if he could reinstate the death penalty for Peter Scully, he would. And that's what Josh Duggar downloaded, okay? So just read this pinned comment. That's all you need to know about what Josh was looking at. The person that made it, people want him to die. I don't know if he paid money for the videos, but the videos were being sold at one point for $10,000 per view. So I don't know what's going on with the videos now. One of Priscilla's friends, so Priscilla is Anna's sister, contacted me today. And
oh yeah, I see you guys talking about how her cat was missing and everything. Her cat's back home. For anyone who didn't know that, I didn't know that, so I was very happy to hear that. Yeah, she has a responsibility to take care of her pet. She's vile. Exactly. I mean, if my pet was missing, I wouldn't even be able to focus. Let alone talk about the shit. Or I wouldn't even be able to just be in the home. I would be outside looking for it, doing anything. I wouldn't. I don't know. It'd be almost like if my kid was missing. Oh, what is she looking over her shoulder at? Has that been established yet? There's a pretty funny video about it on Reddit, but in all seriousness, I don't think it has. Personally, I think she sees dead people. Like, I still think that. So
So Priscilla and Anna are close, and Priscilla's married to David Waller, and this person said that Anna is kind of like aloof or not very friendly. Like Priscilla's apparently very friendly and very kind, and Anna's just kind of like not apparently. And I don't know if it's that Anna's quiet. I don't know if that Anna's an introvert. I don't really know. But I do think that their fame plays a part in this. And I don't think that you can, and I was talking to her about this, that we can talk all day about these girls being stuck in a cult, but you also have to talk all day about the fame, because the fame puts them in a completely different category. And there's a part of me that does think that when you put someone like Josh with anyone, his behavior is going to rub off on his partner. And you have to have someone that's willing to put up with his behavior. Like, not anyone's just going to put up with his behavior. You have to have someone that's really going to be willing to put up with that. I mean, even brainwashed girls leave their husbands in this cult. So you're talking about someone that's willing to put up with this. And she really admires Michelle. That's what I'm told, right? She really admires Michelle. The more she got to know Michelle, the more she started adopting Michelle's sing-songy voice and her facial features. And Josh is not released until tomorrow. And have you ever talked to Susie? She was very vocal about hating Josh last time. I don't know who Susie is. I think Anna now is more interested in the lifestyle that this has given her than anything else. Because as much as we talk about the cult, you have to understand that like the Duggars have moved so far away from so many of the principles of this cult because they have let fame and money get to their heads that people within the cult don't even like them anymore. Like, people in the cult think that they are like hypocrites because they don't even practice what they preach. They aren't strict. They're not strict enough anymore. They are allowing their kids to do things they wouldn't have allowed their kids to do 10 years ago. They're driven by money, which they weren't 10 years, like everything's deriving around money. So there's just this aspect of fame that makes it even more complex. And then you throw in the fact that Anna comes from a family, and it's sad. My husband and I were just talking about this in a way. It's like almost like Anna's trafficked in a way, right? It's human trafficking when the way that these dads sell their kids off and get their kids into marriages. I mean, it's human trafficking. She doesn't know Josh. She's never spent any time with him, yet she stays with him. She doesn't have to, but she's immediately famous, right? And then when he cheats on her, she gets massive support, and she declares that she has changed him and he's redeemed. You didn't find him? So that wasn't the cat?
I have no idea. I don't
Our
have
cat
much-
is missing.
I don't have much to go on because they didn't
respond?
It's 11 a.m. or it's 11 p.m. on a weeknight. I'm not thinking that anybody's gonna respond.
She is getting a lifestyle out of this. And Jim Bob does have control on the cards. That's true. We can't find our cat. I did put out the litter box. We haven't let the other cat out. This cat never goes anywhere. It's weird. JB took the cat, maybe. No, my cat's not chipped. I'm really upset right now, actually. I haven't had time to really even comprehend the fact that my cat's missing. No, it was more than one video. It was multiple videos. No, that's not true. It was multiple videos. They found 200 items, not images, 200 items in his unallocated deleted folders box. He downloaded numerous videos. Numerous. And that doesn't take into account other stuff that he might have gotten rid of that is completely off. Yeah, including the worst video on the dark web. I'd be looking at the inner circle. No one learns how to split the VPN and find that stuff without help. Josh knows how to do all that kind of stuff. He's charged with 2 counts and he's facing 40 years in prison. And the judge told him he's like literally his minimum sentence would be 25 years right now. I don't know. I keep saying prosecutors, but it's the U.S. attorneys. The U.S. attorneys were really alluding hard to the fact that they thought that Jim Bob was offering kickbacks. And they were also alluding to hard that there might be incentive for this gentleman to be involved in this because it'll help his prison ministry. Like that was like what Jim Bob really wanted to sell to him, was that he does a prison ministry. And then the judge was like, well, you're going to get a lot of exposure being attached to this. Not to mention, the woman said she would be uncomfortable leaving her daughter around Josh Duggar, and it wasn't really her decision. You could tell that the wife was coached. I don't know how this judge could sit there listening to these people lie. Like, who's going to give up their whole life for the woman that's going to be his custodian, that's going to be with him 24 hours a day? She's never had one single conversation with Josh Duggar. Never one-on-one. Her husband doesn't allow her to even talk to men unless she's chaperoned. No, kickback means like they were saying like they think that he's being paid, like incentives. Like why would you take in some stranger basically? The court recorded it, but I don't think they're releasing it. Like I think the court recorded it for their records. Like this isn't state court. This is federal court. Federal court doesn't do video. Like you either have to.
Okay, sorry, I was looking for something. Let me just check the chat real quick. Okay, good. You guys are still talking about the cat. I'm just gonna I'm gonna play this one part of a video I did not too long ago because there's a joke in there about the cat running away all the time. Was it Twitter pets and home nurses? Okay. Oh, shoot.
It's weird. But
I do still think it's weird how much I love seeing myself
Okay.
on camera.
the escape kitty is fine. He is right up there.
Yeah, that was a nice try, Kitty. Just give it up, though. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna die in here. And by that, I don't mean I'm gonna kill you. I just mean that this is the only place you're gonna be for the rest of your life.
That poor kitty has been trying to get away. It just can't get away, though. Okay. All right, back to the video.
You have to attend the hearing in person, or you have to get an invitation on Zoom.
Oh. Sorry, I did not see the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sally Godfrey. Really enjoy your content, but I have to say no to pineapple pizza. Now I know why. Now I know why she wanted me to read it. Well, you're entitled to your opinion and all, Sally. You are. But I'm sorry, but your opinion is wrong. But thank you for the super chat, for real. I look forward to continuing this debate with you.
Like not a kickback. I guess like they feel like he's getting paid. It's not a bribe. It's like if you do this for us, we'll pay you. Like that's how they felt like Jim Bob was offering them something. Or they also kind of felt like Jim Bob might be intimidating them because he might be an elder in the church, or using his power to make people do things that they think they need to do, or manipulating people. That was kind of like the vibe I was getting from the U.S. attorneys. He didn't have a bail. They don't do bail on federal cases. It's like bond with conditions. These are his conditions. If he breaks any one of these conditions, she'll add 10 years onto his sentence. Here's his conditions. This is from KNWA. She promised him if he breaks a single one of these and he's back, she will add a mandatory 10 years to his sentence. No, I don't think the judge was paid off. That's a humongous allegation. And that's like, the conspiracies around that is so ridiculous to me. No, I don't think the judge is paid off. I think the judge is trying to navigate a difficult decision of a high profile case and doing the best she can. And I'm disappointed with her choice, but you know, I didn't get invited to the hearing. You asked the court for a link. It's a public, you contact the clerk of the court. And it's pretty common that they get released if they can prove they're not a flight risk, and if they can.
It amazes me. Like, how dare you be incorrect in your understanding of how she ended up at the Zoom hearing? I mean, how dare you not know that she wasn't invited? That she had to ask for the link. I mean, how dare you? Like, it's amazing.
They can prove they have a very low standard for release. All they have to do is prove that they're not going to flee and they're not a danger. She asked them point blank. They know they're on the hook if they don't report. She was concerned that they were going to co-conspire with Jim Bob Duggar. I can't even impress to you how many times Jim Bob Duggar's name was brought up with concern around protecting Josh. I'm thinking the court is pretty clearly understanding what Jim Bob has been doing with Josh for years. Well, he has a GPS bracelet, and their argument is if he could have fled already. He won't have access to the internet because they don't really have the internet there. The house they live in doesn't have the internet. They only have it on their phones and then they use it like as a hotspot. So they don't have like a internet provider at their house. That was like one reason she was okay with it. And they also live on like property where they're like not near anyone. So like they live on like acreage. That was another reason she was okay with it. And he literally cannot leave that house. Like he can't go anywhere except to church. So the kids are allowed around Anna, but people don't understand like he's not allowed to be around anyone without his custodian. So Anna can come and be there, but the custodians have to be there with him too. So like Josh is 124 hours a day. They're like basically babysitting him for what? I don't know. So he's like in jail at their house is basically what they're doing. Like we're either gonna have you in jail in our house, or in prison, or you're going to jail in this person's house. That's all they're doing. No, he can't go to work. He can go to church. He doesn't have a job. That was the other thing they talked about. He doesn't have a job. I told you guys he didn't have a job. He's not a diligent worker. They couldn't verify that he had a job. They could not verify for 17 months that he was actually.
Yeah, I just totally put my own comment up and screen. The Amber Chick says, I replayed a stream over the weekend and no joke, at dang near midnight, ordered a pizza with pineapple. Thanks. It was delicious though. I hear it. Yeah. That's the best time to have the pineapple pizza too. It's like right around midnight, especially like if maybe you're a little, I don't know, drunk or high or whatever. But even if you're not, sober after sex, whenever. It's perfect. It's always a great snack. I love that. Maybe I could get one of the local pizza places to like throw me a free pizza or something if I say nice things about them and their pineapple pizza. I doubt it though. Was it last night somebody suggested you and somebody else translate each other? How about you and Kimberly Riding Mom? With her, yeah, absolutely. With her jokes, oh my God, that'd be hilarious. I don't think it was last night. I don't think I did a stream last night, but yeah, it was just this past week. It was Illuminacy and myself. And I don't remember if it was their idea or if they had an idea, but then I kind of changed their idea to where I'm settled on it anyways now, where like she's the real Katie and then like I'm the translator, you know, or she could be like Critical K and I could be like the I don't know. Definitely a lot of ideas though. Pineapple on pizza is nasty. Blasphemy. All right. I am going to leave my comment up just for a few minutes because I know that, I don't know, if it helps move even one person away from watching her nonsense to watching Emily D. Baker's, then it's very much so worth it. I think it would be hysterical if you could do something with using Katie's facts and EDB's facts and you're in the middle. Oh. That's an idea. That would require, I think, some scripting though. That's an idea. That's a good idea, Frank. You were totally going to get credit for that if this comes into fruition. Just saying.
He was actually working.
I'm sure that car dealership was the front.
Well, I'm sure the car dealership was the front. I don't know how he goes to church. I'm only showing you what's in the like there. I can't answer.
Carly Hannah. Oh, what? Like the other night? Carly suggested it. I'm sorry if I can't. I don't remember who suggested it. That was me. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, that was a great idea, Carly. And I'm going to remember that. So you can get credit. I love it. No, I seriously though. I love it when I, people make suggestions or whatever, and like I do them, and I love to give all the credit and everything. It's like, I don't know. It's like a community. Just we're like out here playing with each other. None of KJ's commentary is accurate. She makes an already awful topic way worse. Exactly. Yes. That's a very good way to put it, Sue. Yep. Like this is already just creepy as fuck, man. She starts talking about it and it's like you sit there and think, I can't believe I never thought that this could get so much worse than it was. And here we are. My husband's nickname in school was Frank the Tank. Your username made me think of it. It's also the nickname of Frank Gallagher on Shameless.
Can't answer your questions. Okay. This is what the judge said. I can't respond. I don't know anything more than what this is. He has to be supervised. So he can be around minors. He can't live with them, and he can't be around minors that he's not supervised around. My husband is the best. He really can't go anywhere. Long story short. I think he'll be in prison by the time Anna gives birth, to be honest. I know they're going to try to pretend like they're going to try to get this like thrown out on a technicality, like, because that's like how the disturbing part about the defense the entire time was they weren't arguing that all this shit was found on his computer. The biggest thing was like, well, did they actually have a legitimate warrant to do that? So you're not arguing with what they found. There's no way he's getting out of this. My thought is that you don't know how to go to the exact places to get this information and then get caught the same day. Like, it's obvious that he was looking at this stuff before. How do you know exactly on the very first day you start looking at stuff, exactly where to go and exactly what to download, right? Like, it's obvious he was doing it before this, but where and on what, I don't know.
You got your bone right there.
Anna's not going to prison. I didn't say Anna was going to prison. I said Josh is going to prison. I said Josh will be in prison by the time that Anna gives birth. That's what I said. Thank you, Kenny.
Sorry, guys. I had to change listening devices. That's why I paused.
No, lay down. Lay down.
Yeah.
Please go lay down.
I think Bob Duggar is covering up his crime his whole life. Yes, his discovery is due on Friday. Like, they're fast tracking this, you guys. Like, I don't know how they're gonna get delays out of this, honestly.
I mean, I think I can. I think I know I'm capable of it. Whether or not I can pull it off is another thing. But y'all, it doesn't sound very, very good. I don't know. It needs work.
Here's the thing, you guys. He was trying to pin it on a employee to the Department of Homeland Security. They wouldn't give that person he wouldn't give the name to the Department of Homeland Security, which tells me it's a lie. Like, if you can pin it on someone, give them a name. Travis Story is like Josh Duggar's like Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner. That's like Travis Story. I listened to him like Travis Story was falling asleep, you guys. He was nodding off. He was literally falling asleep during the what's his name's testimony, Special Agent Faulkner's. He was falling asleep. And the judge kept saying this goes to trial. Do you know that 2% of these cases actually go to trial? I should just be smart right now to take a deal and stop wasting government's time.
Okay. Y'all. I don't know. It needs work though. I think I'm gonna have to listen to it for a little while.
Nobody's video. So here's the thing, you guys, unless you're in the court, when you're in a Zoom conference, they don't allow you to show your video unless you're a witness or you're an attorney or you're Josh. Everyone else, their photos were not visible, so you couldn't tell, and everyone's names, people were using code names. So I couldn't tell who was there. Yes, he was falling asleep. He was literally nodding off during the testimony of the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would call that falling asleep. He was probably nodding off, but I mean, he just didn't look very sober. I mean, the only way I think you would be relaxed enough to nod off in a situation like that is if you were drugged the fuck up. I mean, because if you were completely sober, I don't see how. I mean, just, I don't know.
I honestly hope he doesn't go to trial. I feel like trial would be really, I had to sit through 4 hours of testimony of what the Department of Homeland Security had, and I can't imagine the trauma that this would put a jury through. I can't imagine a jury having to go through weeks of testimony on that. No, you can't watch it publicly.
I'm annoying y'all right now, aren't I? But I would keep pausing it. Sorry. Lorette, I'll help you if you promise not to do that again until I didn't even read your whole comment until just now. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I promise. Thank you. Thank you very much for your help. Shared landscaping, that's awesome. So Emily hit 100,000 subs 2 days ago. So for tomorrow night's live, her hair will be purple. Awesome. Oh my God. I'm definitely watching that. Sweet and sassy. I watched your other video. Seriously hilarious. I had such a shitty day and now you're live. Awesome. Oh, I'm sorry that you had such a shitty day, but I'm glad it's not shitty anymore. I'm glad you're here. Okay, Lorette, I promise I won't do that again until I've earned the right to do so.
Publicly. Josh was smiling and laughing. The Josh, like, at one point the judge was like, Josh, I can't see you. Are you there? And he's like, yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm on a metal stool. I'm sitting on a metal stool. I know, and he laughed. He'll get a way longer sentence if he goes to trial. No, they have to he has to take a plea deal. I don't think Josh will take a plea. Josh is too much of a sociopath. He's like that 2% that will go to trial. All right, my timer's going out. I hate Instagram Lives, but the Instagram Lives time out. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Ugh. I don't know, man. There's only so much of her shit I can listen to.
Well, seeing
there's only so much of her I can listen to in a night. I don't know. I feel like it might have reached my limit for her voice for the day. Why is my camera off? I must not have turned it back on after earlier. I know, Laura. I know. But I also know you had a point, like for real. I heard it myself and I'm like, yeah, I need more work. Like I should go like at night for just listen to it over and over and over again. Like, that's how much work I need. I laugh at super inappropriate times. I do too. Yeah, I do too. It's like a nervous reaction, kind of like I don't know. You don't know how to respond, so you just get weird about it and start laughing. I used to do that in church like all the time. She sounds like Cindy Brady if she smoked 3 packs of menthols a day. Okay. Oh, Karen Collins. I'm getting my COVID vaccination on the 12th and heading out on the 14th in our motor home for 4 months, and we can't wait. Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so envious of you for the motor home thing. I already had the vaccination, so I can't envy you there. That's both. The whole comment there is awesome, but oh my God, it's so awesome. Like, do you have any set like itinerary plans, like any states? I'm assuming you're in the US, assuming I'm correct. Any states you plan on visiting and landmarks? But I don't know, whatever. If you feel like sharing, I mean, if not, I understand. I laughed during my wedding vows. See, I would want my vows to be a little funny. I don't It's cool though too about your vaccination. Though obviously, check with your doctor and everything beforehand. But the one bit of advice I do feel comfortable in sharing that I was given before mine is drink plenty of water, and whatever arm you get it in afterwards, just throughout the day, keep rotating that arm around to try and like lessen some of the swelling and soreness and everything afterwards. You're going to have internet too in the motorhome, right? Because I mean, you're going to want to still be here, right? Yeah, I saw you talking about this, so I'm glad it's gone. Your headache. Those suck. I mean, just like even if you have it for a while and then like it goes away and you're like, oh yes, finally the headache's gone. Depending on how bad it was or how long you had it for, it'll drain the life out of you. So it still kind of just makes the whole rest of the day shot. It sucks. Oh my god, pot meat kettle sociopath. He said I do, and I said sucker. I got my second shot yesterday, and I was knocked on my butt almost all day until 7 p.m. Then I got a second one. Well, that's great, Frank. Well, not the knocked on your butt part, Frank, but that's awesome though that until 7, and then you kind of bounce back. See, mine was really rough after the first one, but the second one was, besides the sore arm, was no big deal. Like nothing. I get my vaccine tomorrow. How much water? I honestly, I don't know. I was just told plenty of water. So whatever that medically like measures out to be, I don't know. I would just say, just make sure you're well hydrated. Leave it at that. Like, don't drink too much, obviously, but. I'm dreading my second vaccine. Well, I mean, some people it's worse than the first. Some people it's not. I don't know why, but mine wasn't. So, I mean, it might not be anywhere near as bad as you may think. I don't, it might matter too, like on the certain one you're getting. I want to say like with the Pfizer one, like more people had an issue with after the second shot, where Moderna, it might have been reversed, or I don't know. As far as like, I don't know anything about the AstraZeneca one, or I don't know much about Johnson & Johnson other than what's been in the news. We've been doing it for years now. We can't go this far this year due to many shutdowns, unfortunately. Yes, we have internet on the road. Yay, Karen, yay. I'm like so envious. I would love to do that. Like I would sell my house just to buy an RV to be able to do that, I've had one shot of the Pfizer so far and only had a little soreness in the arm the next day. Really? That's awesome. Like everyone I talked to, like regardless of the shot, it wasn't just a little bit of soreness for like a day. It was like a lot of soreness for like days. So that's awesome. I also think too, it makes a big difference when the person administering it does so, properly, or is very well at doing it properly. I mean, I imagine like the fact that they're giving out all of these vaccinations and everything right now, they probably have, people who are definitely qualified to do it, but may not be experienced as others in giving out vaccinations. So that may actually, add to it as well. My mom is 78 and she had 0 symptoms from the shots. That's awesome. You're getting Moderna. Yeah, this one I had, Michelle. Yeah. I had Pfizer. Absolutely no reaction except for sore arms both times. Yeah. Yeah, and like I went in different arms because my first one, my first one I had the right arm down, and that's my dominant arm. So like it wasn't sleeping on it that was so bad. I feel like you can kind of find a way to get comfortable that way. But because it's my dominant arm, is the one I want to go to and use all the time. That was tough. So the second one, I got my other arm, and it still hurt like hell. But I mean, least I didn't feel like quite so like handicapped, I guess. Yeah, everyone seems to have different side effects. I just think it's great people are not avoiding because of fear. Yeah. And some are, sadly, but exactly. And I get the fear too. I do. I mean, when these first came out and it was like to a limited portion of the population, I wasn't too upset that I wasn't included in the portion, the population that was able to get it at first. Because I know I have an idea like what they go through in testing and everything, and I know like that they did very well in tests and everything. But still, I mean, a sample size of like 40,000 or something. It's just, I mean, I know it's inadequate, and I know it's all in my head. Don't get me wrong. Don't listen to me because this is all just my own paranoia or whatever. But when it got up to be like 100 million doses given, I'm gonna say I felt a little bit more comfortable about it. I told my hubby to walk in drop trousers. He didn't, did he? No. Wait a minute. Wait, what are we we're talking about? What are we talking about here? Okay. He didn't walk in there and drop his pants, did he? Because they don't. That's not where they get it. That would be hilarious though if he did. You have a fun marriage when you're pulling pranks like that on each other. My parents were like that. One time my parents were at my dad's doctor's appointments, and my mom met him there, so they each drove separate cars, and they're backing up to leave to go home, and my mom backing up backed into my dad's car. So they go home, and the next morning she gets up, she goes to work, and she comes home from work, and my dad went out and got that yellow caution tape and in the driveway wrapped it all around his car. So when she pulled in, she don't hit it. My 83-year-old mother also had 0 side effects, and she had Moderna, just sore arms. That's awesome. No, but the nurse heard and laughed. Oh, God, that's funny. That is hilarious. Oh, my God. Oh, that's a new feature on StreamYards. That's cool. I got the shot in my non-dominant arm, so it wouldn't interfere with doing stuff, just in case. Yeah, I wasn't that, I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead. I think because I was sitting where we went, they did it while you sat in the car, because they were I don't know, they're pushing it through at a local, like, well, it used to be an Air Force base. It's not anymore. But so, and I was in the passenger seat. So I think that's why I just went with the right arm the first time. A friend of mine told me that on a first date once he backed into the date's car. Oh, that's funny. We have a big RV. They are literally homes on wheels. Ours has 5 slide outs that opens the rooms out and makes it big. They have everything from washer, dryer to essential. Oh, God. That does sound awesome. Oh, I can do this now, I think. Drop that back, I think. Just earlier, like, those comments were going like crazy. Like, I mean, we had over 200 people in here, but I mean, I've had that before. It just, everyone was talking tonight, which was awesome. I love that. Freaking love it. Oh, here's the KJ vaccine. Oh my God, thank you for the super chat. Let's be honest. Just joined, then phone died in middle of super chat. Love your your stuff. And the wife just loves you. Like to the point I think I should maybe be jealous. Let me try this again. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can't read. Just joined, then phone died in middle of super chat. Love your stuff, and the wife just loves you. Like to the point I think I should maybe be jealous. Also, hi everyone. Oh, that's awesome. Well, maybe not that you might be jealous, but thank you so much. Let's be honest. That's awesome. I love hearing that. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Totally Clueless. Yay. This was a good stream tonight. This really was. I mean, not that they're not always good, but every once in a while there's a stream that just really sticks out, and this was one of them. My husband is a manager at Walgreens. He had to learn to vaccinate people. I mean, it's awesome though that pharmacists can now do that and everything. Because, like, when my kids were younger, I mean, we're really young, so we're talking like almost 20 years ago. I had a lapse in insurance between, one ended and had to wait for the new one to begin. And school was starting, and my oldest and I'm not sure, one of the other two, they both needed like a shot for school. And I was not about to pay like the crazy bill or whatever at the doctor's. So someone said, just call the health department. So I'm like, okay. So I called them up, and yeah, they did it for free. It was awesome. I couldn't believe it. And that would have been, just knowing that I could have gone to, Rite Aid or something like that. I mean, I know it's not free or whatever there, but just knowing that you could just, where to go. It's right around the corner. You could just walk right in, I mean, they shouldn't be that difficult to get. You shouldn't have to make an appointment with a doctor just to get a vaccine. I mean, Gam, yeah, you can ask me questions. I can't guarantee I'll answer, but I can try. Oh, we started out in tents and worked our way up to the motorhome over the years. We are too old now to sleep in tents. I hear you there. Plus, my military injuries require medical equipment and a bed. Oh, thank you so much for your service, Karen. So was it her? I've been asleep. I don't know what you're asking. I don't know what you're talking about, Amy. I'm sorry. Shouldn't it be similar to getting the flu vaccine? I don't know. Do you mean like in frequency? I mean, I don't know. It might be. Everything's still new with this. Like the virus itself has only been like known for like a year and a half. The vaccines have been around for like less than a year, I'm pretty sure. And, everything's just still new. You can see this is a bad anniversary date for me and my kids. Thank you so much for a fun chat tonight. You in the chat helped so much. Oh, I'm sorry it was a bad anniversary, but I'm glad I was able to help, or we were all able to help. Thank you. Oh, I was joking about KJ's comment. No, you can't ask questions. And you can't talk amongst yourselves either. I mean, and you can't have accounts that look like it kind of blank or don't have a picture or have like just some stupid avatar. And you can't criticize me. You can't ask me about my chin. I'm so glad to now be a member. Thank you so much, EKC. Good night to all. Love this community. So grateful to be here. Awesome. And I'm grateful to have you here, Melinda. Thank you. Awesome, Karen. Crap, I forgot to click live chat. I've gotten good about remembering that, but yeah, that sucks when I don't. When you talk to each other, you're not paying attention to me. How can you hear what I'm saying if you're talking to? Because like they can hear what you're saying because you're the only voice to be heard. You can listen and hear what someone is saying while typing or reading. God, that drives me nuts. You know, like this live stream here, I mean, though I do enjoy it and everything and I love it and whatever, and I do benefit from it. I mean, it's not here to benefit me. It's here to benefit us, everyone. Imagine just thinking that your viewers or your audience or your subscribers or whatever were there to serve you in some way or to benefit you in some way, not there for their own enjoyment. Thanks, JC. I'm definitely not listening as I'm typing. Talking about the sizes of noses is still out. Why? What's wrong with my nose? It's not big, is it? It could have been a lot worse. If you see my parents' noses, like I fared the best. You don't have the vaccine available there yet, Suzanne? To bless your viewers with your knowledge and majesty. Well, it's about time people realize this. I mean, come on. What took you guys so long? I imagine that's what she'd say. I wonder if it's because KJ can't multitask, so thinks others can't as well. Could be. Oh, he isn't a pharmacist, though. Kind of scary. I wouldn't want hubby vaccinating me. Don't want to hurt his feelings. Yeah, I don't know what kind of training goes into that. So, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's cool, but I hope the training or the time spent on it is adequate enough, because you can do some damage through improper administration of a vaccine. I mean, it's like one of the biggest payouts on VAERS is damage done through improper administration. So, and yes, the horns hold up the crown. Yeah, but the horns is just like, because all the knowledge and everything in my head is just so vast that it spills out and it makes horns. 3 a.m. here now and I'm eating. Yeah, I'm going to do that soon. It's 1:30 a.m. here. Bet they practice with darts and watermelons. I'm coloring while listening. Am I in trouble? So long as you stay inside the lines, JC, it's okay. It's okay. When the Tati versus KJ lawsuit was ongoing, I contemplated changing my name to Speculation and Defamation. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a settlement in that. I could hit a donkey at 50 paces. Yeah, but where would you hit the donkey? I mean, like, how accurate would your aim be? I mean, sure, I can just like, stab someone and it'll go in their skin, but will it go in the right place? That might take practice. I made it for the ass end. I usually Call or listen to helps distress for sure. Thanks again. I'll have a good night. Oh, thank you. You too. Have a good night, let's be honest. Where would you hit the donkey? Yeah, where? Where would it hit? Yeah, I know. I think we're all hoping that Jim Bob will sue the crap out of KJ. And, who knows? Maybe, but definitely not while this shit's going on. I don't think, unless she goes like way too far. But I mean, really, even if she goes way too far, I think suing her might consist of maybe kind of defending Josh. And I don't think anyone's, eager to do that for any reason, right or wrong. I'm not a sniper, but 50-50, I'm hitting something. Well, as long as it's better odds than maybe getting COVID, I guess, it's good enough. I want the federal government to take her down. Well, she'd have to commit a crime with the federal government. I don't know. I don't really see her doing that. At least maybe I could see her maybe like committing like tax fraud or something. I don't think she has. I have no reason to think that, nor am I speculating that. I'm to in all my knowledge, she has not done this. But if she were to be guilty of a crime, I think that would be most likely at some point, if she were to be. I hope he gets her new shoes in settlement. I think they have too many to sue. I don't see it. Too many what to sue? Oh, too many skeletons in their closet to sue. Yeah. Either way, even if they did, I don't see that happening like while this skeleton's going on. Jim Bob was never going to sue KJ. You think he'd want any kind of discovery happening? Nope. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, even if all this shit with Josh didn't, reoccur or whatever, damn well that suing Katie would have brought up any and all like past slights that anyone in the family had committed. So she would have somehow made sure that happened. I like your chat and LB and Wooden, Emily, mostly though I watch like a community. Everyone is nice and friendly. That's awesome. And I really hope it stays that way. I mean, because I've seen like some chats on other channels. I think all channels go through ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, but some have been just, I don't know, scary. So I really hope this stays nice and friendly and inclusive. That is one thing I will insist on, is that this is inclusive. Like, even if you piss me off, you're welcome here. Watch Let's Get Random, LMAO, 9 hours streams of battering people. Yeah, I've been learning a little bit about that whole situation between them and that other channel. And I, just from what I've learned, like, I don't know, but both channels I think are just kind of way in the wrong and kind of just very angry and very invested in kind of coming at each other. And I think they're both wrong. But yeah, it's a hot mess express. Exactly. One thing, though, I heard that I think is kind of fucked up is one of them has been striking the other channel, and like basically because of commentating on videos or streams, much like we do. And from what I understand, both channels kind of do this. They do the commentating thing, but one channel decided to strike the other channel. And I don't care who you are. If you're going to be on YouTube and you start striking people, like copyright striking people, that's, I guess, what this was. You're not going to want to do that, because that's the one surefire way to make everyone on YouTube hate you. It's like the one thing you don't do on YouTube unless absolutely necessary. I mean, if you really have a legitimate claim, you first should go to the other channel and try to resolve it. If they're complete dicks about it or whatever, then okay, fine. Then you put out a strike, but I don't know. Just whoever's the channel that's doing the striking, my advice is recall it, cancel the strike, because if you don't and this gets out, you're not going to have any friends really left on YouTube. Yeah, the doxing, all that. Yeah. See, the doxing and shit though, people will forgive a dox, but on YouTube, you start copyright striking people, and that's going to stick with you for life, or for your YouTube life, I guess. I'm a piece of darts when I drink, otherwise I suck. I hated darts when I played. I especially hated it because I loved playing pool, but I sucked at pool and I was decent at darts, and that annoyed me. Yeah, a lot of people have that though. Like they don't really play well unless, you know, they have a drink or two in them. I think it's just like the loosening up, like it lowers your inhibitions. You don't care. You don't worry so much about how well you're playing, and you just play for fun. And when you do that, you tend to do better. Oh yeah, that's true, Kimberly. Yeah. You'd be surprised how many Josh Duggars are around you in your neighborhood. Just check out any search. Yeah, that whole thing. I mean, contacting people's employers, CPS. I mean, just husbands or exes or whatever the hell it was. I mean, the whole thing's just insane. I mean, at that point, there is no one right side or one wrong side. I mean, you're both just kind of fucked. I mean, the bottom line is, so if you want it to end, if you honestly and truly want this harassment, want this bullshit to end, the only way you can do that is to stop worrying about what the other side's doing and just only worry about what you're doing, your reaction, your actions. Only focus on that. Only care about that. Who came on your channel, Sue? Save the drama for your mama. Oh, okay. Ages ago now, she's called Let's Get Random. Okay. Oh, I don't know. There was her. She used to be Save the Drama for Your Mama. Okay. Now this is all like part of the true crime community, right? I think. One of these two channels, though, that's involved in this, or I think there's like 3 channels involved in, but one of them has put out some not so flattering videos on Will. Just saying. Wow. That whole thing isn't still going on. I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, so I figured like both parties and that dispute just kind of, you know, went their separate ways, and that was that. She was a person that brought Sophie Line Cork. Oh my God. I'm dangerous with a dart in my hand. I hit everything but the board. No, Tipster just had a video yesterday, I think, about someone who strikes channels she doesn't like. Yeah, that's fucked. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. That's just someone who uses that procedure, that, I don't know, that protection or whatever. Someone who uses that for such a petty reason is kind of like that partner or whatever, or the ex that uses the legal system, like a restraining order or whatever, you know, I don't know, stalking charges, when they themselves are the one guilty of that behavior, but they're using the system to hurt the other person. Like that's what, when you're using the copyright strike system just to fuck with other people, then yeah, that's exactly what you're like. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I watch you every day when I get off work. Love the way you approach things, and you're funny as heck. Have a good time watching. Thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, Amanda, and thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Eileen, where is the glare? Oh, someone already answered that. I see. Okay, I'm slow. Now bowling. I'll strike that. I didn't see if anyone answered. Are these channels, though, that we're talking about, are they part of the true crime community? Do I have that correct? Hey, y'all. Thanks for making the ending of evening great. I feel tired again. Thank goodness. Aaron, I can't wait to catch your video. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Frank. Frank, have a good night. Let's get random as all drama Fight Club. It's a trip. Yeah, I mean, this shit's fun and all, a little bit. I'll be honest. It's like Facebook fighting and shit. Yeah, that's fun. But what they're doing is so far beyond that. They would like to be. Okay. I wouldn't even call them true crime, really. But yes, they try to be. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the impression I got, too. Sent you a PM on Twitter. My handle is okay. All right. I'll definitely look for that now. I'll be honest, though. It's almost 2 a.m. here. I'm not likely to respond tonight. Sorry, because I know we're on totally different times and shit. But I definitely will tomorrow. Now they just do 9-hour streams and fight. God, I can't imagine doing a 9-hour stream. I know Uni does those long streams. Oh my God. But then again, if I was gaming, I suppose I could. I mean, because I could totally game for 9 hours. Yeah. But totally clueless. See you later. Got to sort my grandson out. I hope that it's nothing serious, but okay. Have a good night, Totally Clueless. Thanks for being here. Kaylee with the T. Yep, that's the other channel. That's right. I want to say that's the one who put out those not so flattering videos on World there. Is the one you tweeted they made about who made that one? I don't even remember. I want to say Voices for Victims maybe might have done that one. I'm pretty sure that was Voices for Victims because it's the same channel that does these Critical K compilations, and they're really good. They're way better than anything I put out on Critical K. But they also have 3 or 4 on him too. But the ones on him are I think they're meant to be a hit piece, but they're so not. I mean, he should use those as a promotion really to gain subs because they would totally work. Well, oh my God, I'm at 3.5 hours. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. We got to wrap this up. I'm telling you, it was such a good stream tonight that it flew by, and yeah, it's been fun. I think it would be hilarious to see Aaron debate KJ in a panel as long as KJ can't mute her. Aaron would run rings around KJ's nonsense. See, that's the thing. Whether it was Katie or anyone, the only other people really I've gone after is Critical K or Self-Taught Beauty. I wouldn't even bother with Self-Taught Beauty though. But it was anyone really, an anti-vaxxer, whatever. If I was ever in any kind of debate setup, I would insist on one rule, and that is whatever time frame or time allowance we agree on. We'll just say 1 minute for the sake of argument. Each of us get a minute to say what we want to say or to respond to whatever it is being said. And then once that minute is over, then the mute button comes on. So it doesn't matter if you're still talking or not. It gets mute. And when the other person is talking, then you cannot interrupt and try to bring the conversation back to where you know what I mean? That would be the one thing I insist on. And I don't see people like Katie agreeing on that at all, because that's one tactic that they use and employ often. Exactly, Nikki. It was literally a compilation of everything you love. Exactly. Pay to watch to me. Oh, don't say that. Then she might want to do it. Don't say, yeah, it should be a pay to watch debate, because then she'll be like first in line. She'll be like the road runner running up and then stopping suddenly, like, I'm here. Who am I kidding? I'd probably be right behind her. Oh, I was supposed to be the boy that Dad was waiting for. So yes, I was brought up as a tomboy, shooting, hunting, in the woods, camping. So yeah, I was the third and the last child of 3 girls, and several times my dad said, "You're like the son I never had." Okay, great, cool. I want you would call an anti-vaxxer. I still love your content. That's awesome. Thank you, the Uprising Mama. That's the thing. I don't care what you decide. You do you. Awesome. My only problem is when people like speak out and try to convince others or whatever. You know, that's my only thing. Like, I will gladly respect your choice. Awesome. Then, you know, and I won't talk, I won't push, I won't whatever, try to change your mind. Then I feel like it maybe be also reciprocal. That's all. Yeah, Katie's literally scared. I'm guessing. I see KK. I'm guessing you mean maybe me, Critical K. I don't know. You wouldn't mean that. I think you mean Katie. Is literally scary to watch when she talks to other human beings. It's weird and awkward. She has no social skills. Oh, don't forget, I love your streams. Thank you, but I really do need to go. It's almost 2 a.m. It's late. It's late. Wait, wait a minute. Make the subject declare. Oh, debating Kaylee or Chrissy? Yeah, I agree. I don't think she would either, Nikki. Well, then again, you know, maybe for money. Good night, Tifa. You have a great day too tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Sherry Landscaping. I really want to give that some thought. I mean, I don't know. I think Illuminacy would be up to it. I don't know if Emily would be, but I think maybe if it was just written right and funny, right, you know, right so or whatever, I think maybe she would. I don't know. But yeah, it's getting late. I am gonna end this now. So thank you everyone for being here. This was an awesome stream, like for real. So what's it? It's Friday now. I don't know if I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow night. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. As usual, I'll probably let you know like 15 minutes before it starts. So look forward to like 10:30 p.m. tomorrow. So, all right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you. Where's StreamYards? Okay, there we go. Good night.